And ED5. We
So-
already know one of the sharpest ways. He had one sharp game with the French to exchange. Let's see what happens
Yeah.
today. Bishop D3, he went C5.
C5.
I also spoke a bit with him yesterday because yesterday he chose to play the Slav exchange variation. And I asked him if he wasn't worried that it's too dry or something, and yeah. He says no, it's his main choice and he's not afraid that it will dry out. I mean, if he reaches some endgame, he will play some endgame. If it's a middle game, he will just fight in the middle game. He's not too worried, yeah?
Yeah, I don't
Also
think
by
so.
the opponent's preparation.
I don't think so. Yeah, actually, I think I played C5 against Ismail yesterday in Blitz, if I remember correctly. He also took the on D5 plate
He took on
exchange.
D5, yeah?
Yeah. And we played this line.
And okay, now black has an isolated pawn on
Yeah.
D5, but on the other hand has, like good piece play. Was able to take on C5 in one go, which is quite an achievement.
That's also very nice. And yeah, sometimes when he played knight bd2, but I think Ismail played something like bishop g5, and in these positions black can always go h6 g5 when he's ready, and then we have this kind of structure, bishop, like for example rook e8,
And 94.
or 94 immediately here, just these are just very, very interesting positions for black. You open up the king, you have an isolated pawn, but you are ready to play this. It's not like the game is very boring.
Yeah, quite interesting stuff. Then we have the third board, Adam. Adam played e4. So Adam is playing not only knight f3 and some closed systems, but also e4. Because the other day when he came to show his game, I think it was some knight f3. And I also remember from his lead chess tournaments that he would play some English. And he chose e4 and another Kurukan. Queen c7, knight c3.
Okay.
Bit weird with this pawn on d3, but yeah, that's modern theory. Sometimes things are a bit weird.
I guess, even though it's not like I'm aware of queen c7, but
yeah, queen c7. I think I saw that move. Yeah.
yeah. Has it been played more recently?
I cannot. I'm also
Yeah,
not
it's
fully.
okay.
I mean, d4 is the main
Yeah,
move,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
somehow you don't want to commit g6 because then maybe e5 will come, and queen c7 is some sort of a neutral move, and
Okay, understandable.
also preparing this e5, like it happened in the game. And at least it's a good version of some Philidor type of position, yeah.
No, understandable. Yeah.
But it seems that Maxim is at least out of book. He's spending some time here. And now on the fourth board, we have very interesting pairing. Two players from Croatia.
Oh.
We have international master Piti with the white pieces against a very young, talented player, that's Stefan Marino.
Yeah, I think I played Stefan in the Simul yesterday. Don't want to talk about it. That's all. No, he seems to be extremely good dynamic player. To be honest, after the opening, I played Jobava London. I was kind of cruising through the opening, and then somehow he found a lot of counterplay, and at some point I really, really was worried I will get checkmated because I blundered one check. I only blundered one check. I swear, it was just one check, and that was enough. And then he just kept going, like rook h2, queen g1. I was white, you know? That was ridiculous. I did manage to win at the end, but extremely good dynamical understanding, of course, in my opinion. Well, but yeah, looks like he was very unpleasant to play against. He really did play very logical moves and good moves, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. You playing a lot of simuls, or?
In general, I think I will stop now.
And you had two on one day, yeah? I think that's some sort of record. Yeah, like, I don't know
it's
how
really
often.
yeah. I don't know. That was like again surprise. It was not so bad. Like it was actually quite pleasant. But I don't play a lot of simuls. A few a year only. You probably also play a few.
Yeah, a few a year. And I mean, there are sometimes most of them are just there like regular. But I remember one very, very tricky experience. Because I was playing some Simul in Vienna, and just before the Simul, we played outside in front of the Rathaus. The the one who organized it, he told me, you know, we have a sponsor for this Simul, and we agreed that everybody who beats you will get 1,000. 1,000 euro for everybody who beats you. And he just told me before this, and he said, but he also told the sponsor, I will not lose a game, maximum one, so there's not much
you told him.
Can go wrong, yeah?
Yeah, oh my, that sounds...
And I was playing such a careful Simul. I was playing so safe on every board, because I had relatively strong opponents, like 1,800, 1,900. Yeah.
Like they know how to play chess, yeah.
And also then if you have some talented kids and so on, like there were some players, they had 1,800, 1,900. Few years later, they had like international master 24 something, yeah.
Oof.
And so with this in mind, I'm making these rounds and I'm playing super solid. I'm playing this. My king is safe in every game. I try to play for very small advantage, just not to risk anything. And then one very bad round happened. It started, I was pushing in some different colored bishop endgame with rooks. Yeah. And somehow I missed the rook. I blundered my rook there. I blundered the piece on the next game, and on another board I was anyway in trouble, and I thought, this is going to be a disaster. Yeah, I'm losing all the money from the sponsor.
I was kind of expecting you would say that an opponent would offer you 50% if you lose on purpose. Did that happen?
I really had such a bad round.
Yeah,
So I was at some point, I'm not thinking of the current position. I'm just thinking, I really need to need to put a stop to this if this continues.
So then they will just never call you again for this time. No, but that's a big bet by them. I heard that's not the first time I heard sponsors putting a bet like that on some grandmasters and putting pressure on players trying to beat them. But I think that's a very good initiative, to be honest. If they have the money, like they offered it, so they have the money. You know?
Yeah, it's a nice idea. It was just also you mentioned it just casually, just like a few minutes before the Simul started.
Just casually, it's okay.
Casually,
don't worry about it. Just 1K. Wow, that's very impressive.
But in the end, I just lost that one game where I planted the rook in the different colored bishop endgame, and I stayed, I think, within the
within the budget.
Within the budget. One rook plunder was within the budget,
So they didn't pay you, they just paid you. Oh no, that's a very nice story. Okay, just one rook blunder. I mean, it happens. That's actually very nice to hear that also it happens to somebody like you, because again, when I played against Edward, or just like Stefan, like I said, I blundered this check, and then I come to the board and I was like, oh, I'm in check. I was like, wow, I was in shock. So then I had to start calculating all the other lines. I was already completely winning at that point, so I just relaxed kind of, and that was so funny. Also, when I played against Edward Kaloch, this little guy that won Slovenia Got Talent next to his sister, it was kind of equal endgame, and I had a repetition, but I wanted to test him a bit. It's like, Edward, okay, let's see. Are you going to push the endgame? Are you going to over push? And then I attack a pawn, and he immediately sees a tactic where he just wins an exchange. And I came back to the board, and I was like, oh. And I don't know if I should tell him that I blundered that. I'm just like, Edward, I blundered that. So I was like, nice, good job. And I'm very, very happy with the score at the end. Okay.
But they were there yesterday.
Both of them. And then I played their parents as well.
Yeah, Edward and Frida, they were there even before.
Yeah, before.
Even before your Simul, they were at Lena's...
surprise Grandmaster.
It was about time management.
Nice.
So they were there at 8:30 for this.
Okay.
Then they played your Simul. Then they played their game, and in the end, they stayed for the blitz.
That's
and
insane.
I was watching some game, like maybe at 11:30.
Yeah.
When Frida was playing against Edward. They were playing each other.
Oh, okay.
That was the one I was following. That.
Oh, that's very adorable. Yeah, they just seem to love chess, and their parents are just in the analysis room supporting them. And also, I think Nikolai Praznik is staying here because probably Nico is driving and working here. So I think they're staying in an apartment together even. And also Leo is coming to them, and Olivia is always hanging with them. It's like such a nice group. And like yesterday, not only I played Frida and Edward, I played both of their parents in the Simul. So I played the whole family, which was also in one day a very, very interesting experience. And yeah, I cannot believe they're so young. They have so much energy for chess from 8:30 in the morning all the way till midnight they were staying. Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And they are continuing today, yeah?
And I mean, today Edward is playing Ima Yaksha. I think that's a very nice battle to look forward to. I know that we just skipped a few boards now, but definitely we'll come back. Very nice. We already have the camera on board 22. Ima Yaksha, young Slovenian talent, and against Edward Kaloch, also very young Slovenian talent, but not just in chess.
Even younger, yeah?
Even younger, but not just in chess. Yeah, it's very, very. Let's see what happened on the board. Yeah, Ima Yaksha, born in 2014, so yeah, gonna play against under 14 years old this year, so World Championship and I think probably European Championship.
But
yeah, and
she's
you can
still
see
under 12 then, no?
Is she still under 12?
Or not?
2014.
Means
12,
like she will
you
be
think
12
so?
this year, no?
Yeah, she's gonna be 12, so she
that's
should be
she's
playing under
under
12. Wow, that's just crazy, yeah. That's just wow. Like I said, yeah, I'm not sure if she played under 14 this year in Open.
But at least if she
for
wanted, she
fun
could go
or-
under
yeah.
12. Yeah, if she's 2014 born.
Yeah, I will recheck that in the break because I'm really curious if she just decided to go a category up because others are just too weak for her.
Yeah, okay, it's good that they also take. I mean, look for challenges here.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like that. And I approve that for sure. Okay.
So it's some Sicilian with knight
Knight
c3,
c3,
knight
okay.
c6, bishop b5, and black went e6. Yeah, knight d4 is the main, but d6 is also a decent move. Taking on c6, b takes c6, d3. Black has a double pawn, but a pair of bishops, so some positional, some strategic imbalances, but yeah, looks like an interesting game. Queen e2, knight e7, f4. Typical plan of delaying this knight f3 is to play f4 to get the knight to f3 behind the pawns.
Mm-hmm.
And now Edward spent some time and he went g6.
G6, wow. And that would probably not be...
I'm not so sure what is with this
typical.
c5 pawn. This could be like...
Okay, when you play these structures, I think long term, especially when you play experienced player, this c5, c6 double pawn is usually the way you lose the game.
Yeah, and also there's an issue with this bishop because it's really hard to get that one nicely in the game because this pawn on c6 is blocking it. And with the pawn on c5, there's little chance to get rid of this pawn on c6. So
But instead of g6, what else are we supposed to do to
you need to activate
immediately
that one,
c4?
Yeah.
Wow.
You really need to activate that one
Okay.
and
So
find a way to
the
get
point
him in
is d takes c4, bishop a6
Yeah.
immediately, and b3, white creates too many weaknesses. Huh?
No, and even if you lose one pawn and along the way, if the position gets opened, I mean, the pair of bishops will be of importance. Also here you can a bit disturb white. It's definitely some compensation. Yeah, c4
Definitely.
should be played. But g6 looks like a logical move, but the problem is, I don't know if now or if immediately, but someday, like you put the bishop to p2, maybe knight to a4.
Oh, wow.
And then slowly attack that pawn on c5.
Going b3 immediately, though, seems
Too much? You would prefer to go knight f3? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was mainly thinking about. No, black b3 is a good idea, but maybe just I would prefer to develop if I have time.
Yeah, I thought that if I want b3, I should do it now because I will not manage, but later on. But probably I can choose another plan as well, yeah?
Okay, yeah. I kind of don't expect Emma to go b3 here somehow.
No, I guess knight f3 is maybe the more logical way to play.
Yeah, okay, she's thinking, of course,
So
there's many
that's interesting.
scenarios.
If she's thinking, because what can she be thinking of?
Can I suggest h4? Why are you laughing?
You can suggest.
Please. What do you mean? You just played g6. h4 is offering itself.
Yeah. I doubt that Irma will play h4.
Yeah, she's not like me. She's not so crazy when it comes
I
to
like
h4
her
moves.
positional understanding usually, so I think she will not go this h4 here.
What do you mean positional understanding? Does Engine disagree with h4? Tell me.
a bit, but not that much as it should.
It's very good. It's plus 0.5. That means h4. It's a good move. But I agree. I think knight f3 will be on the board. Maybe she is considering b3 or she's considering. I don't. Yeah, I don't think she's considering e5. But yeah, you never know. There's many things to have to. Maybe even queen f2. Yeah.
Yeah, or bishop d2. Maybe considering.
Yeah, just like, but queen f2 is direct because if you have to go d4, you're happy, right?
Yeah.
And otherwise, how do you protect the c5 square?
Yeah, I was
knight
wondering.
f3. Yes, that's.
No, but I mean, queen f2 makes a lot of sense. That move I like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finally,
No, I like it a lot. I mean, especially if we compare to h4.
yeah, I know. I understand.
But here I'm also like questioning. I mean, if we really would take the pawn, but probably we would, yeah.
I mean, why not?
Just
Again,
giving
some
up a couple of moves and maybe some d4. But yeah, at least Black should think about this. And even if we don't take, it's a sensible move.
Yeah, knight f3 though played, which is a bishop g7 also immediately by Edward, which is also a reasonable approach. Yeah, that's why maybe queen f2 now again, or castle, and then something like queen f2. Then we move the knight.
Still h4, huh? Still possible.
Listen, I always support h4. I don't think there's gonna be a moment where I will not. So that's like.
Yeah, okay. I mean, h4
always
is
back
not
on
such
my
a bad move. I mean, the question is what will happen if Black goes h5.
Yeah, h5.
I mean, did we really gain that much?
Exactly.
Because okay, if White gets h5, definitely something has been reached.
Yeah. Yeah, and on h5, then this g4 square is just always kind of annoying to take care of. So that's why I would doubt it slightly, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Emma comes with. Yeah, we don't expect h4 from Emma.
So which board should we jump to?
I mean, there's so many interesting games happening, so whichever board we choose.
Maybe we take a look at the game of
yes.
Ellen Decker.
Yes, see? Let's
He usually has some interesting stuff.
Playing the Dutch.
Yesterday, he had also a game.
Yeah?
Maybe the game itself was not that... I mean, it was a fun game, but let's say he played with white pieces, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, and it came not the knight off, where he could play his famous Decker gambit.
Yeah.
But the opponent went knight c6.
Okay.
And now he played bishop g5, which is the main move.
Okay.
But during the stream, I was wondering what if he goes for the same stuff, if he goes for g4 again.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, it's not that bad here. I mean, at least if we consider the original Decker gambit with pawn on a6,
Okay.
playable decent enough, then g4 might be an option here as well. And the point is that after bishop g4, f3, Black should play bishop h5 or bishop d7, like in a similar knight-off position, and not be greedy to grab the pawn.
Oh.
Because grabbing the pawn here, now we use the fact that there's no pawn on a6, bishop b5 check could come,
Okay.
knight d7, and now rook f1 can follow up. There's some idea with queen d5 getting counterplay. And you see, even being 2 pawns down, the engine is not that critical about everything. We're very close to equality. And yeah,
Wow.
that was also the line that in the evening, just briefly before the Blitz tournament, I was briefly discussing it with Ellen.
Yeah.
If he ever considered g4 here, and yeah, we had this position at the board.
Wow.
And yeah, he liked it, and he thought he would give it a try.
Oh my God.
And today in the morning, I had a look at it with the computer just to check. I mean, are there games?
Yeah.
And there's only one game with g4.
Only one.
Yeah, we have in this position, it's like, I think, 150,000 games in the
Yeah.
online database,
Oh
and
my.
one game with g4.
One game with g4 again.
So yeah,
Original.
maybe a new gambit that can catch on. At least I hope I convinced Ellen to do it.
Wait,
Let's see.
don't you want to start playing your own gambit? Could it be named after you?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I was promised by Ellen that he would give me half the credit. I think he proposed Decker Raga Gambit, but let's see. Maybe
Okay.
we can negotiate like the
Sounds
order of
good.
it, yeah?
Sounds good. Has a ring to it, definitely. Yeah, but
But
okay,
yeah,
good
I'm
to know.
afraid
Good
if
to know.
I have to invest my own games to get the name, yeah?
Probably, yeah, probably. Yeah, but Blitz doesn't count, yeah? Okay, that's pretty nice.
And what is he doing today? He played the Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop g5 and c6.
Okay, yeah. Wow, c6. Interesting, yeah.
c6 is, yeah, it's quite played quite often. It looks a bit weird, but okay, the idea is probably to go queen b6 quite early on, yeah?
Yeah. Knight d2.
Knight d2 with the idea to push e4 and queen b6 double attacking and also grabbing the pawn. So he took a pawn.
He took it. And
d5.
now just the pawn up.
e6. Okay, I mean, this typical Stonewall setup. And bishop behind this pawn chain is quite bad, but on the other hand, it keeps the position closed, which is a nice thing because black invested some time to take this pawn and now can slowly continue the development, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a very solid chain of pawns, and I do not see that's huge of an advantage for white. I mean, the engine gives it, of course, but
yeah, but it's
don't
not
think
so
it's so
easy
bad.
to, yeah. I also have the feeling that position is closed and now white has to prove something, yeah?
Exactly.
And we'll see if white will manage that.
I think that was a good opening choice by Alan. I mean, yeah, he's playing also, let's say, a slightly lower rated opponent, and yeah, just a pawn up, and like you said, close position, nothing is open. Yes, look how much white developed. Black developed just the queen and 4 pawns, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, usually they say what you need 2 tempi to be worth a pawn or something in the opening, and now if white is 1 ahead, then probably from the beginning now another 3, maybe a 4th one will come to the queen. So it looks like way than enough compensation. Yeah, way more than enough compensation.
Yeah, but again, you have to open up something probably. I mean,
Yeah.
c4 is of course an interesting start, but
But at
I
some
don't know if
point
it's
you
enough.
need to prepare this.
Yeah, e4 or
Yeah, I
just
think
like
you will. I mean, g4 theoretically, but somewhere you want to go with the king, yeah?
yeah.
So f3, e4 will be the, let's say,
It can
very
get tricky though, yeah. It can get
logical
tricky.
approach, yeah? Castle and then f3, e4.
Definitely. Okay.
That's what I expect from the white player also here.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, sure.
So we maybe go back to the top board.
Yes, maybe we checked board number 3, yeah? So
I think here we
board number
somehow
4.
got stuck, yeah?
we
Where
did. Yeah,
we
we
have this
talked
duel
about
of
the
the
youngsters.
International Master Pitti, who is university professor, yeah? And
In sociology?
yeah, and
Right.
he playing against a young talent, Stefan Marino, so that's a, interesting matchup. And
Yeah,
let's see what
Let's
happened
see.
there.
Let's see the opening.
E4, c5, he went
Okay.
d3.
Okay.
So going for some closed Sicilian without committing the knight to c3, so keeping some extra options to later play c3, d4 to take the center.
Okay.
f4, d6, and knight f3. Once again, much better time management than yesterday. Yesterday he spent so much time for the first 10
Really?
moves, he came in huge time trouble.
Wow. But
It
he
was
was
also
with the black
another
pieces?
another crazy game, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He was at some point piece down, but then like in time trouble, things got really messy, and yeah.
Okay.
In the end, he was even unhappy that he didn't continue to play, and that he felt like he missed a chance.
Yeah. But it's so difficult in time trouble, sometimes you have to just back out
Yeah.
of the game.
Okay, and here knight a3, and slowly he's preparing d4, and he succeeds in going d4, and I'm a bit surprised that he takes with the knight on d4.
It is quite surprising because taking with the pawn is looking
Would
very
look logical,
natural.
but maybe there's
Something bothered him.
Yeah, maybe knight b4.
Knight
And he has
b4.
there an issue.
And somehow, yeah, if we move the knight d2, that's just like very awkward
But
position.
then also we
yeah,
could
knight
argue why
d1.
white didn't prepare this d4 move
With knight c2, yeah?
some more, yeah, to be able to take cd.
Maybe
also
in
the
case of
d1 at one
d5
point.
or something. Could that be an option for black?
But I guess d5 could come anyway. I mean, let's see, what is his idea? If knight d4, probably he wants
With
to
the
take with the bishop, yeah?
yeah?
Would make sense. Maybe he wants to keep the d file simply open and make pressure against d6 pawn.
Okay, okay.
But it was a decision he took some time or not?
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah, at least before before d4 he was spending some time, and basically when you play d4 you should have some idea.
And also, like, the games
How
in the
you want to-
database have been played knight takes d4 mostly. Also,
So you think they are still in some sort of...
Could be some sort of file, but also I doubt it. Also could be just inspiration over the board.
Maybe they saw something at some point, yeah, or a long career. There's a chance that he can pick it up anywhere. Yeah?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's also a good opening choice, given that his opponent is young and wants to play tactically. I think that this calm approach of making some exchanges, maybe transposing into an end game, is a good way of going for it, right?
Yeah. And also to get him out, yeah. And he succeeded in getting him out of the opening prep, yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. I think that's good. Okay.
Speaking of opening prep, I see the times on the first two boards. We go on first board. It's 45 minutes white has left, and black is 1 hour 18. So amazing, yeah? Like black is still in the prep. So
wow.
Here we left it. Queen a5 check, bishop d2. Queens are getting exchanged, and yeah, it's a bit surprising that white is taking so much time for his decisions. It's okay. I mean, I expect that the queens will be exchanged one way or another, like bishop c3 or queen takes e5. So at least the time shouldn't play like a major role in this game.
Yeah.
Because in this endgame at some point it will be easier to make moves, to play faster.
For sure.
But still, you shouldn't go, I mean, waste the time like this.
I mean, okay, still has 45 minutes. I do agree that, yeah, we're only moved 12, but I don't think that's anything critical. Like you said, after a few exchanges, it's not going to be too difficult because we still have bishop pair. I just think, yeah, I don't know if he was aware of this line, or was he prepared for it, or did he even check it out recently? So I would also spend some time in that case.
I have the feeling it's sort of the main line against knight h3, this knight f6 and e4 and e5. It's one of the most concrete lines, so it's a bit weird that he went for it and was unprepared for that one. But maybe he saw some games and, yeah, Mate was playing a different line before.
Maybe, and also, yeah, Leon probably plays different lines on the Caro-Kann. It's probably not his only one, and he may be just specifically prepared for that one. h3 he played with 44 minutes on the clock. h3, okay.
Is he getting black out of the concrete opening prep at least?
Let's see. Let's see if this is the moment for Mate to think.
Where is Mate?
Yeah, I think he's very happy with his time. He's half an hour, more than half an hour more on the clock. That's always such an enjoyable moment. Your opponent is thinking, and then you come back and you're just like, aha, 30 minutes up. Oh yeah, I got this. I mean, what?
You're usually getting up a lot when you play, or you're
getting up?
You're sitting there. And
I'm mostly sitting at the board, but I do have to say it's very nice, especially with nice playing hall. If you can walk around, get some coffee, water, it's good to have some fresh perspective when you come back to the board. How about you?
Yeah, I especially in opening prep, if I would be at Mate's place, I would be walking around the playing hall.
Because what are you overthinking about? Yeah. You should save energy for later anyway.
Usually, I like to get up and,
I agree. That's
get
very
something
nice.
to drink, maybe,
An idea
walk a bit around.
Yeah, that's always recommendable, yeah?
Yeah, okay. On the other hand, it's good if you can stay focused, concentrate, and calculate a lot on the opponent's time, but I have the feeling that it's, then getting a bit too much for me, yeah?
But you are in your file, so whatever you're going to calculate on, you don't know if it's going to happen, because he might just play the main line or side line, and then you're still in your file, but once he goes out of book, then I think it's time. Yeah, then you can sit at the board more and calculate more, of course. But in this opening scenario, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, yeah, there's always something to think about. Like
I know, I would know, because sometimes I would just think about possibilities that are not in my file, and then I'm just like, why is that not in my file? And I would try to recall things, but that's, like I said, that's unnecessary energy wasted there. I would know from experience, don't do it. Or not for too long, at least, yeah. And this is also the view of today. Yesterday it was raining outside.
How do you know? You played so many simuls.
I went for lunch between them. Went for some lunch and I saw it was gonna kind of storming out. So today it's a bit foggy outside, or just a bit cloudy, not really foggy, but still a very, very nice view to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's see what's happening board number 2. Oh.
So what happened
So
here? We left it
exactly
somewhere
something similar, like probably mentioned here, 8-6, G5
And now your
might be a
plan is
big
coming, yeah?
Is that correct, yeah? I think G5 is extremely strong. And yes,
94, yeah?
94 I think must be a beast. Because
but
also
you played this with whom? With Ismail you played this in Blitz.
Exactly, I played this with Ismail in Blitz, but I have some classical games here against Chelushkina with black pieces and probably somebody else. And I wasn't really too aware of it, about this H6 G5 idea, how good it was, until I actually played it in a classical game.
You first played it and then you looked it up, yeah?
That's, yeah. No, I think, I was kind of aware of it, but somehow I was kind of afraid of it as well. You know, you do open up your king a lot, and your opponent still has black squared bishop, and you're just kind of doubting yourself.
Yeah.
But once I played it, I realized this is so strong. Rook E8 also preparing it slowly. I do like it.
Because I was curious that maybe Sanashi saw your game yesterday and
and was inspired.
Could be, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it
that
was
would be
probably
nice.
some neighboring port.
Yeah, but first 5 boards were actually tough to look at each other, and this game finishes so soon anyway that it was impossible. I can send him a game. I'll be like,
You should
H6
check out my
G5.
game from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, depends on how this goes. I will just like send him a link, like this is how you play the exchange frame. No,
Yeah.
but this is
Also in Blitz, all the games were live transmitted.
yes.
So you can check out this game, find it.
Or don't. It's okay. Because you might find some different games that were not
Just
so
your
great.
Simul was not live transmitted. That could be like maybe for next year could be put on the list.
Oh, but the players did ride the moves down, so that was also very nice experience. But yeah, just even though we did play on the live boards, it was just not live transmitted. So one button away from embarrassment here.
One button away from embarrassment. Yeah. Nice one.
I mean, today is the Friday the 13th, so who knows what might happen. Anyway, but Rook E8, I like it. I feel like Black has good chances today.
Do you remember some Simul where you were on the other side of the Simul?
I have been asked that yesterday by Shahid, who is here for Chess Base India, and I cannot recall playing a Simul on the other side. Either it was again too embarrassing for me, or maybe there were just no simuls when I was around 8 to 10 years old. I think like a lot of grandmasters in Slovenia were in their active era. Šebenik, Borišek, Škobrne, Linic was also still playing in team back then, so I really don't recall them actually playing simuls. How about you?
Yeah, that's not the answer you should give. Yeah, if you want
I
to give more
know.
Simuls, yeah, it should be. I was inspired by that one.
I know, but I honestly I cannot remember playing on the other side of a simul.
I remember I played once. I played Portish. This I remember.
Wow, nice.
This because he was also announcing that basically, I don't know, was it because he wanted to save one round of walking or giving us the chance to prepare? But he announced that he would play d4 in all the games.
All the games.
He announced that in advance, so basically he saved himself one round because I don't know, 30 people were playing this Simul. It was some youth tournament.
Just one round though, okay, but that's cool.
But he saved himself this round, yeah, because you could move d4 on your own and then answer, and then he would start with the second round.
Yeah, but given that you have to walk around for many rounds, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know, it's still one
Okay,
less.
that's very cool. I mean, do you usually just play one move? Or say, you don't, you switch between moves when you play the Simul. Yeah.
Because also it depends, like, I mean, yesterday Simul was relatively small with 10 to 12 ports, so it goes faster. But if you have, let's say, 25,
30, that's a lot.
something like this, then the rounds, they take some time, and
Yeah.
especially in the opening, it can be a bit boring for the opponents because they are
Okay.
still in the book and so on.
Sure.
So at least I try to play to alternate, let's say, between knight f3, e4, d4, c4,
Yeah.
so that at least when you look at your neighboring board, you see a different position
Exactly.
than on your own, yeah?
That's exactly. Yesterday when I was walking around, I also played different positions from c4, d4, knight f3, and yeah, there were, like I played one c4 and then the other one d4. And I was like, oh, she played something else. Oh no, because like they wanted to follow the same thing or they wanted to discuss what opening to play, and that was kind of very cool to see. That they were happy with it or they were unhappy with it. But it's very fun. It's very fun, definitely, to alternate between. We also play for also besides these three moves. Yeah, you also said it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so that's even more difficult for the opponents.
No, and also it makes it more interesting because here in the Simul the players are from different places, from different clubs. But sometimes when I play in a club Simul, then players tend to play the same openings. So you see that they, for some reason, they are influenced by each other. They play the same openings, so it's still nice to have their different openings on the board and not 20 Karakans or something.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but he's pushing and white is spending time.
Yeah, we can now maybe jump to board number 5 and continue. Should we see something interesting?
It's a French.
Wow, that is a French, and somehow white put all his pieces on the queen side, and black hasn't achieved much, right?
Yeah, it looks like. Black is still solid, yeah. It's
solid, but
it's a question like also how white will continue.
Sure.
Maybe your push can be made here.
Yeah.
But you don't really want to push c4 because you will open this bishop, yeah.
Okay.
This pawn will be weak. So I don't know exactly what these rooks are doing here. So I'm actually I'm not so sure it's rook fc1 such a great move.
Yeah.
Computer says it's not a bad move also, but I assume it's because you can always go somewhere else, yeah?
Yeah.
And not because you want to be on c1. Maybe the idea is to go queen d1 actually. When looking at it, this could make some sense that you bring the queen. You have the rooks now on this side, and you bring the queen somehow there.
In case of castle, you would go bishop h7.
That's also
something like that, yeah.
Or nice trick, probably working, yeah. Or is it
must be working?
Yeah?
Yay!
This is the typical tech when you have these three pieces, yeah. This triangle that you sacrifice here. And let's show why this is working. Knight g5. Now, basically, the king has 4 moves. h8 is, of course, horrible. King g8 is the other option. Now queen h5 comes, threatening mate. And if you move the rook, then there's the problem that queen f7 can come, and now some move like knight e6.
Anything looks so good.
Many options, and white is just winning. So this means the king should go outside. King can go to h6, but then usually somehow the queen is coming.
Queen g4, but in this scenario, engine loves queen d3, which is so
let's
out there.
You should take probably.
Wow.
And the point is queen h7, stopping the king from coming back and slowly hunting the king all over the place. So just we put the line for fun.
No way. Just bringing in the rooks, yeah? Somehow. Just queen d3 back.
Queen d3 and now forcing and bringing the rook. And
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Can I, king h6, can I go queen g4? Is
queen
that
g4
bad?
is still possible.
No,
but
it's not. Yeah, knight f5
is theoretically defending, yeah?
That's wow. Queen d3 is a very tough move.
But there was another move that maybe is a bit more
easier, yeah.
More human. It was queen d2, I think, or something.
Queen d2.
Or c4.
C4. With rook c3 idea.
Okay,
I like
queen
that.
d2, it's something, but only because I still have queen d3. Yeah. King g6, you need queen d3. Yeah?
Okay, maybe don't go bishop h7.
Maybe not in that one, but still the motive is there.
The motive, that's about it.
Let's see what is happening. Yeah?
Yeah, I think Petar wants to push c4, and he wants to prepare it. I think that was mostly his idea, in my opinion. Which is kind of tough because then this black white squared bishop is so happy coming from the French.
Yeah. What do you think? He said he was queen d1 back or what?
No, I think he will play c4 eventually. I think that was his idea with putting the rooks there. That's just my guess, but of course we will see.
Okay, now it has been stopped, yeah?
Yeah, I think now it has been stopped and now he has to think.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what else we have. Board number 6.
That's usually also a very interesting, I mean, he has very interesting games, this Gotham.
Yeah, and also Keber Alyosha, he's also having very interesting openings. He played
E3,
Konopenko a few days ago.
C5, and they play, I mean, he started relatively calm with this E3, but now
they're already B4, B6.
they're going for some sharp line. White is not giving up the pawn, keeping an extra pawn.
Yeah.
But with this horrible pawn structure here, I cannot imagine that, that it will be very easy to convert that pawn.
I mean, but Keber being high rated and got slightly below 2000, I think that Alyosha would be unhappy with like some equality, right?
Yeah, but got some from India. I mean, he's tough
Yeah.
to predict. I mean, tough to compare the ratings. Yeah? You
Very
cannot
tough.
focus on the rating. Would be also interesting to talk to him at some
Yes,
point,
I
just
would
to
agree.
find out a bit.
Why he came, how he
Yeah.
found out about the tournament, and how he's enjoying it. I would
Yeah,
like
and
to know
how much
as well.
time he's spending on chess, how much chess he's playing, and so
True.
on. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
many interesting questions to be asked.
I agree.
And
Would be
yeah,
nice.
there was, because sometimes it's tricky. There was this story of a Chinese player who came to Europe, I think, last summer,
Okay.
and he just played few tournaments here. He came with 1800 and he left with 2400. Yeah, after some few months of
Farming.
playing. Yeah,
Farming Europeans, yeah? Wow.
didn't have too many probably federated events, and then so it's tough usually to compare the ratings of players if they come from a different part of the world, different countries. Not easy to compare it because they simply didn't play that much, and it can
No, absolutely.
fluctuate.
Yeah,
lot.
like rating is definitely very relative here, but still, if you like as a rating favorite, you should be doing something about it. And yeah, here we have the players on the camera as well.
I think you should. Most of the time, it's the best that you try to play the position. Yeah, no need to, let's say, avoid drawish lines, avoid to make some quick draws, keep the game going. But don't focus too much on the result. I think it's a very good advice and
Yeah.
much tougher to implement it all the time.
That's mainly the problem. Objectively, we know what to do, but then when it comes to the position, we're like, oof, but I really don't want to draw this or something like that, and then you just don't go for exchanges out of principle, and that can lead to trouble. But okay, so far so good. I'm curious about the next game, board number 7, because we have Praznik Niko with the white pieces playing against Srebrnic Vojko, the father of the main arbiter Ana Srebrnic. So again, a whole family of chess players there. Her brother Marco is not playing, even though he is also international master.
He's international master,
Mhm.
He's her father. He's FIDE master, yeah.
I think he's, even
Or
though
not.
he's not been titled, but he has been around that rating 2200. But of course now with the age, he's just enjoying chess, and he has a lot of chess knowledge, and I wouldn't give him a rating below 2000 for sure. And what
So
are we
what
having
is happening here, yeah?
Yes, what are we having here?
I mean,
What
we
was his
saw that
opening?
Nico is having a tough tournament. He just won the first round.
Yes.
And since then, he could not win any games.
Oh. But he had very good chances. He just wasn't able to convert them.
Yeah, which makes it even worse.
Oh,
yeah,
it's terrible, yes.
From his point of view, when basically missing one chance after another, you have the feeling like, what do I need to get to win a game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Interesting.
he's playing, at least trying to play a lot sharper. I don't know, maybe also it's connected to, maybe I can imagine that he is, let's say, taking into account like the age of his opponent, or like how much the opponent is following that modern theory. At least I would do that. I would probably, somebody like Vojko would play e4 and try to get some sharp theoretical stuff, while
But it's not maybe Nico style himself that he would go for something too sharp. I think, likes to maneuver the pieces, and he does that greatly.
Yeah.
But yes, then it's very hard to convert when you don't.
When you're a bit out of shape, which is probably the case, yeah?
Yes.
So ED happened, bishop f5, some sharp stuff.
Wow.
Yeah? Long castle and ED. Black is sacrificing a pawn.
Okay.
Queen b5, rook d8. Huh? Just black happily gave the pawn.
And it's happily 0-0.
Yeah.
Of course, the compensation is there. Look at the bishop on g7 and on f5. These two great bishops looking
And
at the queen side.
Nico is not feeling good about this position.
Probably not, yeah.
Would be my guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to
That
see
you
where
don't
you...
want this, yeah.
Yeah, like, because it's kind of hard the moment now how to...
And we have a nice video how the father of Nico is checking what is happening in his son's game.
Yes, definitely. Anton Praznik was also, I mean, very invested in his positions through the whole tournament. He has his own game to play as well, but it's very nice that
Yesterday he
he
won a
out.
beautiful game against Emma.
Oh yes, I saw the result, but I haven't checked out the game. So he outplayed her.
Yeah, completely.
Really?
Yeah. It
Wow.
was a bit similar, as I think, with Leonard. He played also like this. He was outplaying him, but then
Yeah.
at some point it went wrong. But
Okay.
this time he could
Converted.
pull through.
Beautiful.
And and he's
Beautiful.
at the same number of points as his son.
Oh.
So they are still fighting for the best player in the family in this tournament.
Wow. Okay, that's very good to know. We'll definitely check Anton's game or position out later. But yeah, can I just ask you, after Rook d8, what can I do with white to develop? Bishop d3 seems so, I don't know. It
Logical?
doesn't seems so
Or not?
logical. No, it seems extremely logical, but somehow you have to check out all these, I don't know, bishop c3 or I don't know, knight b4s, or I don't even see anymore where is anything hanging. This is
Okay.
what's wrong with bishop d3? Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, like, it looks like a logical move, no? To put the bishop to d3,
Yeah, but yeah.
and then it should have some issue. Let's
Like,
try to figure
Yeah,
out what
try
is
to
there.
understand it, because a6, b6 knight is hanging, so they're just. I feel like Engine would love to go for bishop c3. I just think he would go for it. I just objectively don't know if that's.
Yeah,
what you
bishop
do.
d3.
I know. Okay,
that's
this
some bishop
Engine
f5
disagrees.
and something is happening there.
Okay, so we start with bishop takes
Rook
d3,
d6,
rook d6,
bishop d6, and queen e6.
queen e6. Huh. Yeah.
And if the bishop goes away, then
Now,
take and now when the
if
queen
with the
takes,
queen knight before,
yeah.
oof, yes,
and there's
see,
some
this is what
problem
I
with the
meant.
pawn
Yeah.
here. But I still would suspect that bishop d3 is played, because I don't think that the line that we just saw is so obvious.
No, it's
And
not.
simply bishop d3 is, yeah, you want to get some relief in this position.
Okay, I mean, maybe start with rook d8 yourself. That's also an option, because then black needs to decide.
And then bishop d3.
Yeah, because you're still a pawn up, so I don't mind destroying my structure.
Yeah, but now bishop f5 is not with the tempo. Before it was
True.
attacking the queen, so I
So
mean,
a6
I
you
understand
think,
that
huh?
Engine is saying this is the better version, but still it feels to me more natural to go bishop d3 here. Because you have this option of going bishop f5, so I somehow would expect that this would happen. But he played rook d8, yeah?
Yeah, rook
Nice.
d8, because it's simplifying things, nothing is hanging. Otherwise, there's like bishop there, the bishop on d3, queen on b5, and things can hang. So this is simplifying. And maybe not bishop d3 now. White could consider also
Need
bishop
to get
e2.
out, yeah? Yeah, bishop e2 would make also some sense, yeah?
a6 is always a problem, I would agree. Yeah. Like the Engine is saying, a6 is kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's definitely the downside of having exchanged on d8, that now a6, the knight on b6 is protected, yeah?
Yeah, maybe we can do something else. Engine would suggest instead of bishop e2, bishop e3, but I don't think that will be played. That's unnatural move, because rook c8 just kind of comes there. Yeah, bishop d3 maybe still.
I'm a bit surprised that Nico is now still
Thinking?
thinking, rechecking, because queen d8 was the only move, and once, yeah,
What do you
said
mean?
this that
Was it?
I think so, because knight d8 is sort of a suicide, no?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, because of queen e8?
That's the check you would miss, yeah, like the
Yeah,
other day.
Yes, that's exactly what I missed here. Okay,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
And we can see the clock times as well. Yeah, Nico also likes to think and calculate things out, as we can see a queen d8 kind of being the only move, like you said, and he's still rechecking. I do that also myself, so I do not blame him for doing that.
Yeah, you're rechecking the lines here.
I really do recheck the lines, especially when my ego is hurt. Like it was yesterday in the Simul. That's why the Simul of 10 players took like 3 hours. Because I didn't dare to play a move. I just came to the position and I was scared to make a move there. Okay.
In the Simul, you sometimes, I mean, there's these options for the player that they say pass, yeah? They need some more time and they pass it, but you also had this option. You just said, pass.
It was like, yes, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. No, I didn't do that, but somehow, I did spend more time calculating than I usually would, especially when I realized I'm blundering pieces, and I just couldn't, my coordination of pieces in my head wasn't working, so I got really, really afraid. But bishop e2 on the board, we are slightly surprised by that, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, it's one of the normal moves, bishop e2 or bishop d3.
It's very natural, but like I said, a6 and rook c8, or just rook c8 immediately also looks very unpleasant. Right?
I agree, yeah. a6, I would go a6 first, because now you have the option to go a6 and you see where the queen is going. Once you figured that out where it's going to, then you will decide what is next.
Yeah, I mean, this game definitely can turn into something very interesting. Can we check on Emma versus Edward? I think that's kind of a match that I'm looking forward so much.
20-something, yeah?
22, yes. 22, very... 22 on Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Why is 22 also some special?
Yeah, Zala Urch would be very proud of me. Taylor Swift has a song named 22. So they're just like, some lucky numbers there. And 13 is Zala's favorite number as well. Shout out to Zala Urch indeed. Hopefully she's following this and being like, oh, Laura, thank you. So proud of you. So just some numbering there. Well, we left it after knight f3.
So you think that, I mean, I don't know how
Edward
or Emma. Emma could be a fan, yeah?
Emma could be a fan of Taylor Swift. That's true. Oh, that's something we could have asked her.
Maybe this 22 is make something special to her too, yeah?
Do you have some lucky numbers yourself?
No,
You're not lucky.
I don't have lucky numbers, and I don't have unlucky numbers. I'm not like...
Nice.
I was not too worried by this Friday the 13th, but yeah.
But... then you saw me in the morning and were like...
No, somehow I thought, already in February we had Friday the 13th. It's too many Friday the 13th, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's slowly it should stop again, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's,
feels like all the time it's Friday the 13th, so...
Yeah. Maybe. Are you sometimes superstitious about some things? Maybe not numbers, but like before the game or after the game?
I don't know. I was also not having some lucky pen or something, yeah? I like this idea that somebody at some point he said about the lucky pen that no matter if he loses with a pen, that he will use it again, yeah?
Wow.
To give it simply a second chance. Everybody should get a second chance.
I agree.
Also the pen.
I agree. No, that's me too.
That was a nice one.
It's always so unfortunate because one time I also I bought one beautiful pen. It was like 40 euros, so it was not cheap, yeah. And it was so beautiful. It was sparkling, very girly pen, like a gold. And I was like, I'm so excited to write my moves down with it. And I start playing, and I play the game with it, and I lose. And I'm just like...
But against whom did you play? This is important.
I don't like... It was probably not somebody better than me, maybe. It was maybe my strength or something around it. But like in general...
But still, it's risky. Yeah? You should put it in a, let's say, in a safe spot, yeah, where you're a huge favorite with white pieces. You just slowly get the pen into it. Yeah? Like
the pen?
You need to collect some wins with the pen, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Don't put such a tough spot in the very beginning.
Oh, my. Yeah. Then I was like, I don't know if I ever want to write with this beautiful pen again, but I gave it a few chances, and it's not my lucky pen, but it has wins and losses written over it. So,
I mean, nowadays we're anyway not allowed to use the pen in most of the tournaments.
Correct.
Because there could be some cheating device in the pen, and you get pens from the organizer.
Even though there's a lot of opens there and there that you have to bring your own pens, so that's pretty nice, then I can use it there. But yes, in main events like Europeans, Olympiad, and so on, you just cannot use your lucky pens anymore.
So you have lucky pens, you have some other lucky stuff, or that's it, yeah?
Yeah, even pens anymore. I just pick ones that I think write the best at this point. Because, like I said, we get so many pens, and then we get to keep them from these events. And yeah, I just don't. I just have so many pens at home that I don't even keep track at this point. But it's very nice. Yeah, I don't. I am trying to be not superstitious, just because I know how chess players we can get when we do get superstitious, and it can get very tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes life difficult. Yeah, if you
It's so
start
much.
not changing your clothes, if you win and some things like this, it's
Yes.
getting unpleasant. Yeah,
It's getting unpleasant. Yeah, sometimes I would just go for the same shoe, just because then it's okay. Because I just bring like 3 shoes to the tournament only. So if I win with one, I keep the pair of shoes. Otherwise, I throw them away. No, of course not.
After you lost 3
Throws
euros
it.
barefoot. So once you see Lara barefoot, you know it's a bad tournament. Yeah? All the shoes are gone.
All the shoes are gone. No, then I go shopping, you know, and and I get new pair of shoes. Yeah. No, definitely. I was maybe superstitious when I was younger about these pens or something similar to that, but yeah, not anymore. I just know it's about a good day, bad day, good prep, bad prep, and so on.
Yeah, that's I think a smart attitude. And let's see what's happening in her game.
Yeah.
She went queen f2 somewhere where we left it off. We like this move. It's attacking the pawn, also keeping the way to the king side, still possible to go both directions. And black was forced to go d4, or felt forced. d4 is definitely not a nice move. Black shouldn't play that one, I think. It's better to give up some pawn than to get, lock this bishop, because this pawn will be weak anyway. And yeah,
Yes.
so,
That
knight
was
a4 looked very tempting, going b3,
It did,
bishop
yeah.
a3, grabbing the pawn, but somehow Emma decided to go on the king side with the knight.
a
to
knight
e2.
a4 was the best move, right?
Yeah.
Almost +2 already, because this pawn and this bishop on g7 doesn't do anything anymore. It's
And
like
simply this idea with b3, bishop a3, because the knight on a4, it nicely also keeps this possibility to put the bishop to a3.
yeah.
Cannot be stopped by queen a5. So it's also shielding the bishop, at the same time attacking the pawn. And imagine if the bishop would go to c5, how much damage it could do there.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, and knight e2 really surprising response by Emma. She spent some time on it.
Yeah, she spent some
Okay.
time. I would assume that also knight b1
Oh, yeah, that
comes
also
into
looks nice, yeah?
consideration.
Also b3 and then the stability on the queen side
Bring the
and
knight here.
slowly bringing some attack on c5 or c4.
So knight e2, bishop a6. Now she rightly stopped
Nice. Very good.
c4. Queen b6.
Yeah, preventively defending c5 because he probably thought bishop a3 was coming, which is understandable. But yeah, now also the king side is...
Yeah,
Gonna
I'm not
slowly
going to
open.
ask you which move you would play. I know that answer.
Okay, h4 second move by engine, of course. Yeah, or listen, I'm sorry, also g4 looks tempting now.
But what's the plan of g4? You want f5 or what is your...
Slowly, yeah. Also followed by h4. So h5 is stopped. That's mostly the reason, kind of.
you
h4,
want to stop,
h5.
you want to stop h5
Yeah.
and you want to go h4, h5
Exactly,
afterwards,
because after h4 there was h5, and then I have to prepare g4 or f5. But with g4, you kind of avoid these things, especially
Yeah.
with queen coming to b6.
But on the other hand, with the pawn on h5, you're just one small step away of
Yeah, of
really
course.
opening the king side. So
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
yeah, but okay. Also, I guess g4 it's also a very good move. Yeah,
Oh, okay, not so bad. Nice.
yeah. I think also the position is like a good one to suggest moves. You will find many good moves here. I would assume, because black is really lacking counterplay.
Really, yeah. I
Yes.
don't know how black will try to fight back to any white's move that's coming. White
Because I
can
guess
play
also
on
some
queen
move
side.
like a4 is
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Exactly, white can play on queen side and king side at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how black can handle all of that now. Yeah, with this d4, the position is strategically just over.
Yeah, and okay, now it's important for Emma not to spend too much time.
Yeah.
Make the decision quick, because at some point in the future there will be probably some tactic, at least for the final blow, would need to happen, and you should keep some time for that scenario.
Okay, that's definitely can't wait to. She's ready to play the move, I think so. She's
Is
just
she?
rechecking. Yeah, I don't know. She looked like with her hand that she
Yeah.
was ready, but maybe she stopped. Yeah, definitely can't wait to come back to this game. And also, it's very nice to see that down there we have some results or some evaluations of other boards. And I saw Lev already lost the game.
Ah, pity. The youngest player of the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, he's having a tough time in the tournament, but he's having, nevertheless, I have the feeling he has a very good time here. As you mentioned,
Yes.
there's this group of young players,
Yeah.
of very young players. I mean,
Very
young
young.
players is, it's not, I mean,
Yeah, it's not
the
giving them
oldest of them is
justice.
10, maybe, so like really, really young.
Really young, yes.
And yeah, they're having a good time. I saw them playing yesterday, some pack house. I mean, they were in this analysis
Enjoying it,
room.
yeah,
They were
yeah. They're
just
really
having a
enjoying
good
their
time, yeah.
time, which is very nice. Yeah, parents are here as well to support them, but it looks like they don't need to take care of them much because they just have this nice friend group. And I remember yesterday in the Simul, I played, like I said, Edward's father, and just Nikolai Praznik runs into the to the room and asks him, "Where is the football? Where's the ball? We want to play." And he was like, "It's in the apartment." Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna get it. So basically, they're extremely busy. They don't need anything else, and that's so nice to see, actually.
Then on port 30, there's a player from Austria,
Yes.
Isla Gerhard. I spoke to him a bit before
Yeah.
the round. He's also, like, I mean, it's at some point it's almost getting boring because everybody's telling more or less the same, that they really like the plays and that everything
It's
is very
just
nice. It's
true.
still nice to hear it.
It's
yeah.
very nice to hear it.
But it's really, it's nice that everybody is just saying the same things here. And
Yeah, no, that's so nice.
with some, of course, with some differences. Yeah, like he has been here a couple of days before the tournament.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, and he went a bit to see also not only Bled but also surroundings. He went with the train a bit around.
Really? Wow, that's very nice to hear. Did he went to Balchin or did he go to Ljubljana? And
He
different-
went, I think, to Novogorica
Novogorica,
and then also in
wow.
direction of Italy a bit. And yeah,
Wow, that's a big trip. Yeah, that's okay. That's very
but
nice
he said
to
that
hear.
there's very good connection with the train and that he could go there 1.5 hours something to visit some things.
Also, Slovenian railway system sponsoring Chess Federation and this tournament. So shout out to good connections there.
Yeah, that's a very important one.
Yeah, I mean Slovenian railway system. It's not like Austrian yet, but we are building a second railway till 2032. That's
Yeah,
the,
okay.
that's the
No,
goal.
I mean, there's nothing to complain about the railway. Yeah? Like when
Okay.
we had some meeting in Bled, and I came by
Yes.
the train, and it's a nice connection. Also good to reach from Austria, very convenient.
That's very nice to hear. Yeah.
And how good was the sponsor from the railways? Did he play also in the Simul?
He sadly was unable to participate. Yeah, he's busy because they're also sponsoring many other sports clubs, which is extremely nice to see. Of course, that such a big company, a Slovenian company, is supporting all sports, not only chess but also hockey and these kind of things. So of course, we understand he was very busy, but of course also the embassy of India came to play the Simul, joined us for dinner, which was also very nice to see. So very lots of people supporting this tournament and helping out in players coming so quickly, even though the tournament was announced November, December. And I think that's a very, very good turnout for first year. And we talked also to the director of this hotel, and they're very happy that they are happy to support the tournament also in the next years. And you can
That's
also
great.
register, just to mention, for 2027. The registrations are open. There are early bird discounts, 30% off. And of course, check out the tournaments and all the side events that are possible.
That's great. Yeah, side events. Today we have double round, and tomorrow there will be, besides the usual round, there will be a chess 960 tournament.
In the morning, if I
In the
know,
morning,
yeah,
yeah.
somewhere around 10 o'clock. Are you going to participate? Because you are a fan of Chess
I
960.
like chess 960, but I'm not aware like what is our schedule. Will we have some commentary there, or what are we doing?
True,
This
we don't know.
still need to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely also a good opportunity. I mean, to speak also to the players between the rounds. So I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed this really yesterday to have this, simply opportunity. We can have like short conversations a bit with everybody. You see everybody here, which you can not have in the, let's say, in the normal tournament because
True.
everybody's finishing at different times, and then
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about with the team, but we could just make some interviews, and ask the players how they feel about this format, but we will see what's gonna be the schedule there. And sorry, after Bishop F8, the score really went down here. And Chioka Ksenia, I don't know, we played a Simul yesterday with her, and she wanted to analyze the game. And I don't know if she came to the Grandmaster's evening yesterday.
Yesterday we had the problem that there was basically no time for the
There was
Grandmaster's
no
evening,
time,
because the Blitz tournament was already starting. And I briefly analyzed, like, we were a bit outside of the, because in the hallway there are also chessboards.
Yes.
That's the nice thing here. I think chess is everywhere.
It really
Also
is,
inviting to have this analysis just there. And so we were having in the hallway some quick talk about some games, but she wasn't there. So
Okay.
maybe she will come, maybe we should tell her to come today in the evening.
Yeah,
Have a look,
definitely. Because I invited her, but somehow I didn't know that this dinner will take so long, or that I will not be able to participate the Grandmaster's evening. But hopefully, yes, she will be able to check the game, because also it was interesting game. And after Bishop F8, it probably seems like, I would assume Bishop takes F6 would be the deadly
it's
move.
Spurring this bishop, basically this bishop on H7, you are
It's
down.
forever
There's
lost.
no way it gets back into the game.
Wow.
Could be a nice strategical game win by white. Let's see how it will go on.
Yes. Okay.
And we move on to maybe top board,
Let's go back to the top board to see the time. Let's see if Mate spent some time thinking in that position. Queens are off.
So probably after H3, I would guess he started to think. And H3 looks like a move you don't have prepared.
No, yes, absolutely.
He
Let's
spent
see.
5 minutes to
Okay.
E2.
Bishop
Bishop
took.
C5. I like this, just
Good.
going out of the danger zone,
Yeah.
protecting F2.
Rook F1.
Short castle.
You would go for a long castle, huh?
Yeah, somehow I
Yeah.
thought long castle.
It doesn't seem wrong yet to go long castle.
Maybe
here.
F7 could be weak.
Like Bishop C4, yeah.
Yeah, and Bishop C4 is still
Oh,
at 95, but
yeah.
it could be. It could be weak.
Potentially
so
with the bishop pair could be annoying.
maybe castle is the safer option. Bishop C3. And okay, now with these double pawns, another plus of these double pawns is that you're never afraid of Bishop F6. Because these double pawns are basically the same. Yeah? So your pawn structure is not getting worse. But anyway, he didn't want to allow it ever. And that's a cool move, Bishop F3, with the point if you take on C3, then Rook D7, and the Rook will enter the 7th rank, do some damage there.
Yes.
But of course, Mate didn't allow that one. He went with the knight to F6, renewing the threat of knight C3, and I expect this bishop to move. I would guess to D2 in order to keep the pair of bishops. Bishop D4 would be a bit surprising to exchange the bishop, but also relieving tension. I mean,
I think Bishop D4 is definitely very playable. You also then double the rooks on the D-file. C4 can come. I don't think it would be too bad of an idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a good option.
I
but
think it's
somehow
played.
he played Bishop D4,
I think Bishop D4 is
I
on the
thought he
board.
would keep the pair of bishops, but maybe it's not easy to continue afterwards.
Maybe, even though maybe, I think you're also right. With Bishop D2, then if you bring the knights back and play, I don't know, A3 B4 as well. Yeah, it's not so easy to play this, and maybe maybe Leon is also quite satisfied with some slow grind here, with just
with
Bishop
just
F2
playing
bishop.
for 2 results. Yeah, maybe he wins, maybe he draws. He's in the lead. He
I
is
think
like
that's
a
very
comfortable
safe.
point. But there will be pressure from second board from Sanash for sure. But now he's spending some time because he played Bishop G8, Bishop E2, and Queen D6.
Queen D6, okay.
So in a different way, aiming for this Knight E4 idea,
Nice.
and now Knight E4 is stopped for good.
Nice.
No jokes here. He took on f6. The knight is gone, and knight d4, ready to exchange the next piece.
Okay.
I must say, I'm a bit surprised that the evaluation of the engine is so harsh, giving some clear advantage for black. I would have assumed that, yeah, things look quite decent for white. I mean, white is, of course, fighting for equality. Black is better, no question asked, but still, it looks like sort of...
It shouldn't be so bad, especially with the isolated pawn on d5, and we're
Exactly,
getting
yeah.
closer to the endgame, yeah.
Thought bishop d3 here,
Yeah.
but maybe bishop e4 is the issue. Or
Oh, bishop e4 is, yeah, looks like a unpleasant move, but what else? Also, bishop takes e2, knight e2. If we have something to put pressure on f2, would be very nice, or something similar, but doesn't look like it,
maybe
right?
just bring the last one to the party.
Yeah, but see, I don't see black being so much better. I don't know why the advantage is quite so high.
But okay, yeah, it says even post moves, bishop e2 and bishop g6, and simply the engine is evaluating this as very good for black. But yeah, maybe that's a bit too much from a practical point of view. But we are not arguing to the fact that black is the one pushing, and that's definitely a great scenario for Sanash, yeah, because to be with black so early on pushing, asking some questions,
very good.
it's a good thing.
Also better with time, so that's definitely a very interesting game to follow. Yeah, let's quickly jump to board number 3. Adam Dorrance with white pieces against Smirno Maxim, and
it's a long game, yeah. It's every day. I mean, somehow Adam, he is playing always some slow strategic game. It's definitely the chess that he likes. No matter if e4, d4, knight f3, he's going for these slow maneuvering games.
Yeah, it's definitely more of his style, and just not being too dramatic about his positions. Even though bishop g5, cannot black just somehow go? I was thinking knight b6. Isn't that pin very unpleasant?
Yeah. Okay, I guess you can always go knight d2 if things get too bad. So let's say you just slowly go rook e1.
Rook e1, okay.
Rook d8, knight. If I can still go knight d2 here, because my bishop can take here.
Okay, yeah. But then
and maybe I can go out with queen e3. If h6, I thought I will be able to take, but yeah, then I'm not sure. But I need to be a bit careful. Yeah.
No, well, just very, very interesting.
I thought knight c5 looks logical at first sight, but then I thought maybe it's not even a threat to take here, because cp3 would be quite nice to do some pressure on the c file.
I think this is not what we want with black. Looks like a potential threat, but yeah, I don't think we want to open up the c file. Then queen c2 comes, and c6 can be quite weak, or c5.
So we go on the game of PT against
Marino.
Yeah, Marino. What is
Stefan Marino. Yeah. Okay.
C4 is a threat.
Well, this transposed is some kind of French type of structure, but
a quite good French, because this
French.
bishop on a6 is just it's nicely placed, and this bishop on g2 is only, let's say, on paper the better bishop, because the only way to activate it would be to come to this diagonal, and there it will be exchanged. Because if you keep the bishop somewhere here, it's hard to claim that it's the better bishop, like it's just somewhere. So it looks like a good game till now from Marino,
Yeah, very solid.
Rook d8. Okay, stopping c4.
Yeah, I don't see an issue, even though the engine just went up. But also
a bit, and it's not that much.
Yeah, but I was thinking about the move, and now I saw it. Yeah, g4 trying to push for f5 somehow, or again h4, h5.
Knight f5.
Also stopping, but is it really a threat?
I
queen
thought
f2,
like
for
queen
example.
f2, and I thought if queen c5 comes, I wanted maybe a rook d4, but here I thought knight f5. This is how I came to the way that maybe I stop it, but on the other hand, there was also knight c6, so I cannot really avoid the exchange of queens, which probably would be something that white would like to do.
To avoid, like king h1 maybe?
Yeah, but then again, yeah, if queen c5, you really want to go to d2, yeah?
I don't want to, but
And now somehow you want...
but knight c2 would come. Yeah, I like. So many arrows.
yeah, I'm trying to get rid of them. I wanted that. Basically, I'm covering these two diagonals and you cannot really get to the king side that nicely, yeah?
True. Yeah, I was thinking knight c2, knight d4, but that doesn't. Yeah, I think that black could very easily turn around then this position into even being better if opening the c file. So yeah, no, definitely maybe exchange of queens happening in the future.
Okay, on port number 6, we still have this,
2 pawns, yeah.
1 pawn. I
Sorry,
mean,
1 pawn.
up,
Yeah,
but
1
these
pawn
2
up.
pawn
Yeah.
weaknesses, yeah?
Yes, that's what.
On board number 5, this is also a very interesting game. How did the pawn?
Wow.
He moved twice?
Let's jump
How
over
did he
c4
cross?
square. So, so we assume that c4. Well, I assume c4 would be played. He played it even in this
He
position.
played it, and now I thought, okay,
He has to take. Black has to take and open up the c6.
And if rook
bishop.
c4, queen d7, yeah?
Yeah, or b7. I don't know what's better, but yes.
Okay, I thought that maybe something like this would happen
Ooh.
somewhere. So I thought
Yeah.
here,
No, makes sense. Yeah.
but maybe it's also working with the queen there, huh? Maybe here bishop b5 or
Bishop b5, but I'm
a6,
not sure.
it looks like.
This d5 by
Yeah,
engine, but that's
d5 is-
unrealistic.
Yeah, that's okay with the point of being queen c2. I mean,
No,
that's not the chess that.
but it would definitely be doable
But
if
yeah,
it
c4
was.
you have to take. You
have to
cannot
take.
allow c5. Now white got everything white wanted. I mean, we'll have play along the b along the c file, and still have good bishop against this bad bishop. So all the pluses are on white side. Yeah, and Petter is continuing his good tournament. Yeah, he had this. He started with 3 out of 3, then some problems came, but now it seems like he's getting the turnaround.
No, absolutely. Yeah, he's been showing so young, but showing so much fighting spirit and dynamic play, and seems like that he's really enjoying the chess. Also got a chance to play him yesterday in Blitz. He just plays fast. Yeah, he likes to play fast. Even though, wow, 33 minutes. I guess today he decided that he would be thinking more.
Also, he had this, let's say, painful experience from yesterday. Yeah.
Yes.
When he lost so quickly.
Yeah, that was so. Maybe he kind of wants to play it a bit safer today with the time. At least think a bit more before finishing the game. Just one question. Did you have a question of the day yesterday?
We had a question of the day.
And what was the question of the day?
What was the shortest game yesterday?
By moves?
By moves. Shortest game by moves. This was the question of yesterday.
Yes, we still haven't had the question of today, but so that means, because we haven't changed our question yet, you can still scan the QR code, answer the question, and be in a raffle for, 2027 Bled Chess Festival package, most likely. So yeah, quickly scan the code, because then after we come back from a short break, we will have a new question for you.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll have a new question.
We'll try to think of it.
Yeah.
Give us some suggestions.
Still time to answer the question. What was the shortest game, or how long was the shortest game of yesterday? So how many moves? We need a number is the correct answer.
Yes, we just gave you a hint with the player that we just saw. So yes, see you after the break with hopefully a new question. welcome back to round number 6 of Bled Chess Festival.
Exactly.
I missed a round yesterday, so honestly, I forgot how to count. Yes, so
It's 6 rounds, so we're in the middle of the 6th round, and yeah, the leader of the tournament at the moment is Leon Masi. He has 4.5 out of 5. Other players have 4 out of 5, and yeah, we're getting to the exciting part of the event.
very exciting part of the tournament. Leon Masi currently on board number 1 against Shvili Mate. Looks like the game will most likely end in a draw. Or you wanted to say something else?
No, I'm like, okay, I think it should end in a draw.
But
And actually, I'm usually very trying to be, let's say, objective and not cheering for anybody. But here I must say that I cheer a bit for the excitement of the tournament. I hope that Leon is not just winning game after game and we are in a dead race and he will be just cruising to victory. But I guess even if he would win, it wouldn't happen that way. So, yeah.
I mean, Mate with a 1930 rating of FIDE, just very solid, very good play. Currently on board number 1. I'm very impressed by his chess in general and calmness and how fast he plays. And yeah, he was also in the studio with us 2 days ago and was very happy to talk about the game and his preparation for this tournament.
Yeah, and okay, he's doing very well. Also, it seems like that after he was here, he's really on a run.
Really on
he
a run.
wants to come back. It seems.
Yeah, that's a good motivation.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
No, it's really amazing. So yeah, like that's our current situation. Masi with 4.5 out of 5 and 2 players following with 4. One of them on board number 2, Zanas Nanis.
What's happening here? I mean, I almost don't recognize the game, yeah?
Yes, I wanted to say the same. What happened here?
Because we left it here with the queen on d6, some isolated pawn structure, and black was pushing, and now it was an exchange on f6 and knight d4. This was the last moment we saw, and we suspected bishop g6 would happen. As in these isolated pawn structures, the side with the isolated pawn doesn't want to exchange pieces, wants to keep as many pieces at the board as possible, use this active piece play for some attack. And bishop f3 came, rook d8, bringing the last piece into action, makes sense. We have an exchange on c6 and rook e1. And now, okay, knight d4. Okay, now I see where these exchanges are happening.
Okay.
Black took on d4 and took on f3.
Oof. And
followed by king f8.
he feels confident in trying to convert this rook endgame into something more. However, it's with this pawn on c6, it's probably not so easy. Yeah?
I mean, it was, let's say, I think his idea was that if rooks get exchanged, he will take with the king.
Yes.
Now he's in time to go with the king to d7.
Yes.
And actually, this pawn structure is not that bad because you can cover the c6 pawn with the king. You have the half-open p file to attack here. Or eventually also start something there.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of weaknesses.
Absolutely, I agree. But the problem is that...
but white played a nice move, rook e3, and now not allowing the king to cross. And if you exchange the rook, the pawn structure will be tremendously improved. White has a very nice pawn structure, nothing to worry. The pawn on d4 is protected all of a sudden. There's no double pawn. So rook e3, really a nice move, and maybe one that was missed by Sanash in the beginning.
Could be, even though rook e6, I think, was fast response by Zanash, and it's also a very good one. Because if... so first of all, yeah, rook bait b3, rook e6, which is also very good. Because if white takes on e6,
yeah, it's still preparing that plan. And okay, you don't want to take on e6 because what is worse than a double pawn? It's double pawn on a half-open file where it can be attacked. So that's definitely something that has to be avoided.
Yeah,
rook c1 would make sense, but nevertheless, a great game by Plus at the moment.
Yes.
Because there's a gap of, what is it, 500 points?
Oh my, that's actually a huge gap indeed, yeah.
And we should not forget that Sanash was, 1 year ago, he was more than 100 points higher, so let's say the gap is could be even bigger.
Yeah.
So he's definitely, I mean, holding its own. After somewhat lucky win yesterday in a fighting game, he won on time, but yeah, it's not his fault, yeah, that his opponent overstepped the time. He had some problems. The position was difficult enough that the opponent was forced to spend time, and yeah, he won in a complex game.
Yeah, we could see also the statistics. Yeah, right here, brought up by the production, and he's not even 18 years old.
He's 17 years old, yeah?
Yeah. That's also makes sense why the rating job, because he maybe is not yet established as a chess player, opening wise, position wise. He's still looking for the play, but I liked his confidence in the rook endgame. Actually, he beat me yesterday in a rook endgame, but he came into the rook endgame with a pawn up. Okay, in my defense, I defended well.
So it was not your fault that you were pawn down also.
No, the fact that I was black and it was +3 after the opening. I think that I came into a rook endgame with just a pawn down. I think that was an achievement. But no, he did convert that endgame slowly but surely, and I think he's also confident in playing somebody that's lower than 1800 in a rook endgame. Should be an interesting task or a good task to do. Now rook c1, I would expect rook b6, yeah?
Yeah, and he's playing also a lot, because he told me that he played 2 tournaments in Italy.
Ah, okay.
And
so this one was close.
So just playing really, really a lot, yeah?
Wow. Hopefully
trying to play a tournament every month, he said, but maybe it's more than every month, it looks.
Looks like it's more than every month, so hopefully also his federation is supporting him in achieving his goals. I'm not sure, but that's always a nice support.
Yeah, we're speaking a bit also about national team, that he's about to get close to the national team.
Nice.
I mean, at least with this 24-06, he was close, but not quite there yet, and now he has to fight himself back there.
Sure. Yeah, that's we of course wish him good luck, but first he has to finish this tournament. Hopefully he still wants to win it, of course, and hopefully there's going to be some drama, of course. Like you said, we want drama till the end of the tournament, and of course anything can still happen.
Exactly. And yesterday he was also not worried to play some equalish position, or let's say this like he would play any position, and he's just believing in his strengths and believing that he can still outplay. Also, the way he looked very confident. Yeah? He didn't look nervous at all.
No, yeah.
That he's scared that this would lead to a draw or something. Yeah, that was, I think, nice attitude in that sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, let's see board number 3. Well,
it doesn't look like it's going that much into white's favor.
Yeah. Well,
this
knight
on d4 is a monster.
Do you want to take it, or do you want to move the queen?
You could move the queen, but then, I mean, again, the potential repetition of... no repetition. I planted the e5 pawn, okay.
Okay.
So what is queen g3? Apparently e5 is hanging, so...
So black has to do something
to protect.
about
so
it.
If you see that e5 is hanging,
Bishop
probably
f8,
queen
yeah.
g3 is the move that's going to be played.
I think it's played, yeah.
And it's played, yeah?
It's played.
He saw that the pawn is hanging.
Yeah, because actually that's not so... Even though the knight on d4 is a beast, like you said, it's not so comfortable. If bishop f8, bishop g5 could potentially be also interesting for white.
Yeah,
right?
definitely, yeah. After bishop f8, bishop g5.
And then also knight could come to e3, f5, but again, like potentially. Have to see some knight e2 first.
Sacrificing some exchanges.
Yeah, first have to see knight e2, like I said, but
yeah, bishop g5 is by itself already a nice move. I mean, threatening a lot. Don't even need some concrete follow-up to make an argument for it. Yeah?
Absolutely. So this.
But nevertheless, the engine is happy with black's position after bishop f8, bishop g5, and rook e6.
Rook e6.
Or first knight b3 with rook e6. But
okay,
that once
b3,
again, it's I think it's not easy to decide for this over the board. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would let knight stay on d4 as long as I can, and when I don't need it anymore, then you take it. Okay, this can also be the long game, as Adam is known for, and we'll definitely follow it. Can we jump to Ema Yaksha versus Kaloch?
Yeah,
Edward?
we jump immediately. Just once more, we mentioned the view. Yeah, like imagine. I mean, it's so nice to see this. I mean, it's really plus of these morning rounds. No, like that you really have such a view.
So beautiful.
Playing at such a location.
Yeah, players also
I mean,
seeing the mountains.
it's good that there's a car moving, otherwise it might look like some sort of wallpaper. Yeah, you just put there because it looks so nice, no?
Oh, yeah. Very good point. Yeah, we are not. This is not AI. This is not AI. Disclaimer. This is actually how Bled looks, and I think we have the most beautiful playing hall possible. I have played in Bled before, and it was also in some other hotel, all owned by these Sava hotels, and the playing hall was even closer to the lake, but it was not as nice as this glass sky view that we have here, and it is. Yeah, like I said, I am very jealous. I haven't played in this playing hall, but then yesterday I actually got a chance to play a Simul there and a Blitz tournament, and I feel like my life is complete.
Yeah, so that's why you spent so much time in the playing hall yesterday. You wanted to also get this view.
Exactly, that's why the Simul went on for 3 hours. I was just distracted so much, and that's why I accidentally blundered. Okay, yes, it was just to keep the players in on myself. But yeah, that's very nice, definitely. Good
Okay,
point.
we go to Emma and see what is she doing. Oof, what is happening there? Some drama.
Oof. Sorry, that was many
At
oofs.
first sight, it looks like black moved twice.
It does.
How did black take on
Black moved
f5
twice,
and get g5 in?
Wait, can we? Yeah.
We need to see that
Wait,
one.
whoa,
So we left somewhere here. It stopped. B3 stopped c4, so
Queen
nice move
b6
by Emma.
happened, yeah, and
Queen h4,
we
going
left,
for the attack.
yeah, which is very good. And she didn't decide to go g4. She went knight g3, also good.
Yeah.
After
f5, a nice attacking move. Bishop c8. Now she went knight e2.
Ooh.
Why she wouldn't take on g6 first? Because knight e2 is basically giving up the pawn, yeah?
Yeah.
And
There's
even
some
if the
delay.
bishop will go back to d7, I mean, yeah, you just gave the pawn. So that's a very,
That's
very surprising decision.
this is why this is why we wanted pawn on g4, so we don't lose a pawn. Yeah. Also, this bishop from a6 is now coming into the game, and oof. This is definitely not a scenario for white.
So, and to make things even worse, because probably her idea was that if the bishop moves, we have
we
knight
go knight
e4.
e4, and this is a
And
very
now
nice knight.
Black is even very precise, playing g5. First
Putting
of
the
all,
bishop on
the
g6.
queen is losing a touch of the f6 pawn, and secondly, bishop goes back to g6.
I mean, of
So
course.
doing so many things with one move.
Yeah, and maybe if I even go queen g3, black can even consider something like rook e3 as an intermediate move. Probably bishop g6 is just much better.
There's some. It
Yeah, there's
involves some exchange sacrifices,
again,
I guess.
as I like to make them. No, bishop g6 is of course
Yeah,
much
there's
better, but again, like potentially.
The
again,
idea is here to go somewhere.
Yeah, like white now has to decide to put the knight on c4 or not. What is this knight gonna do? Bishop g6 is on the board. Yes.
Yeah, white had a lot of, still has a lot of possibilities, but they were there also with an f-pawn.
Yeah.
All these possibilities. So somehow this giving up the f-pawn was very unnecessary, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is now, and also time-wise, did you just see Edvard correct his pieces on her move?
Yeah, that's something that shouldn't be done. Yeah, that's really.
That's.
I mean, it's not like
Yeah, that's not nice.
basically your tick of not moving this or moving before writing, which is, let's say, where we are sort of in disagreement if it's like a good etiquette to do that or not. But let's say to
It was not
to
on
move
purpose,
the
of course.
to move the
Yeah.
to correct the piece while it's opponent's time, it's something you shouldn't do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You correct your pieces on your time. Otherwise, that's kind of distracting the opponent, and that's not fair play, sports play, however you want to call it. And Emma immediately, out of anger, played knight c4. Of course.
Yeah, probably her anger is connected to giving up the f-pawn and
Absolutely, not
about another thing, because it's also something, if you don't know about it, it's very logical to correct the moves at the opponent's time, because at your time you're anyway busy of thinking of the position, and now at the opponent's time you sort of have time, and now you see a piece is not nicely placed and you want to correct, but you should make a habit out of it. doing it at your own time and not disturbing the opponent while.
Yeah, for example, a very nice thing to do is, for example, you play bishop g6, and before you press the clock, you correct the pieces you want to correct, and then you press the clock. That's a very gentleman-like way of doing it. But Edward is still very young, so of course it's it's understandable he's still learning. Can we check maybe is his sister still playing, Frida?
Where
Just to
she
see
drew?
here. Oh, she already drew against also a strong senior female player, Oral Mushit Simona. So that's also a very good score for her, 1900 rated.
Amazing. And okay, as we mentioned already, she had yesterday a very long day. She was in the playing hall from 8:30 in the morning till midnight, or past midnight, and she's here today at 10 o'clock again. Maybe she stayed, I don't know, like how they managed this even. And some sharp line with knight e4, bishop b4. Setting up maybe some
tricks.
Okay. Different plans than I expected. I expected black would go with f5, some sort of stone wall, but yeah, black is going for the pair of bishops.
Good enough.
Also, yeah, let's see. Logical way, and we'll just go briefly through the game.
Oh, and Frida going with f4, I like it.
h6, okay. Queen d3.
Also very logical, very
She has some nice moves, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful rook d1.
Nice control over the position with this
amazing
two knights and a strong center. She has a very good position. Okay, queen c7.
Yeah.
And she played bishop e4. And also quite making the decisions relatively fast.
Yeah.
Maybe there was an influence that she was part of this time management seminar.
Yeah, but I think with these youngsters is more of a problem, the time management, that they play too fast. And sometimes the time management is also that you stop and think for the right moment.
Exactly, but very often it just, they're told so much to think that at some point they're just thinking too long.
And just thinking because they don't want to be then punished by their coaches. Oh, why didn't you spend time to think for like 5 minutes? And then they just spend time to think, but they do not think. They just look at the air, just spend time. I said, I spent 10 minutes, like you said.
That's how you did it. It sounds a bit
no, I actually do think too much, in my opinion. I overthink everything, and then I don't like anything that's on the board. That's my biggest problem. Like, I think so much that I'm just like, why do I play chess, today? It sometimes gets to that point.
So you're sitting there and you're just considering...
hating my life. Basically, I just like, wow, how can I play these moves? Sometimes but they're not even bad moves. And I look at the engine after the game, and the moves were great. I was just like feeling bad about everything because I was thinking too much about it. And okay.
But bishop g2, that was a weird move, no? She just went with the bishop to e4?
Yes, it's a safe move, but in this scenario, we would maybe want the bishop on c2 diagonal just to threaten some checkmates and some sacrifices.
Exactly, to go here and start some action. And also her last move was bishop e4, yeah? She went there, and now she changes her mind.
Okay, she's stabilizing and slowly opening up something. Maybe f5 was also on her list, which is what was played, yeah?
Which is what is happening, and bishop g5 came.
Nice, f6, very, very nice.
Okay, she has a good position, knight on e5 is strong.
And after bishop takes f6, she was winning after rook takes f6. No, knight f7
first. So king f7 and followed by rook f6.
Whoa. Whoa,
so
that's a tactical combination.
F6, it's rook f1. King e7,
and
queen h4, and bringing the bishop, or what? No, simply like this, yeah?
Simply like this, and followed by c5. Wow, actually, I did assume it was maybe starting with rook f6,
and
but knight f7
that one is happening,
first.
Then where is here the mate? King e8 and queen g8.
And then maybe bringing the bishop to f3. Now we have it.
A very calm move, bishop f3. These calm moves can be easily missed while calculating such lines. You're only looking for the checks, and some silent moves, some slow move like this.
And also, this is just a motive that comes with solving tactics and experience, maybe in the games. Also, sacrificing an exchange on f6, this just comes with experience, or the tactics, or something that you do with a coach or by yourself at home. Otherwise, again, you're unaware of it.
Yeah. Simply, yeah. If the move doesn't cross your mind, it's impossible to calculate the following lines. Yeah.
Of course. So I'm sure that yes, they will check it out. Bishop f3 attacking
but
the
it
pawn.
makes also some sense
It
to
does.
attack the pawn. And now the sacrifice came.
Ooh, so she does sacrifice. Okay, and after
And
g
now
takes,
she had like a really beautiful win. So that's
is it again rook f7?
it's again rook f7.
Wow.
Now it's a huge threat of queen h7 mate. You need to take.
Yes.
Queen h7 might follow anyway. King e8, and I guess I would give 2 checks, no?
And then rook f1.
And then rook f1,
probably,
yeah.
Mhm. Wow. Wow, and winning only with the queen and the rook.
Yeah.
No other pieces on the board for white. Well, except pawns, of course. Important e5 pawn.
And how much time did she spend for queen f4? She had 19 minutes. She played a tempo queen f4.
Okay.
Just spent.
It's a way too direct move. It makes sense, but yeah, again, some tactics to be trained here. In
Yeah,
the future.
also, I mean, you shouldn't forget it's 500 points higher, yeah? And you see the chance to make the draw by
She was
force.
happy, yeah.
Probably she was happy, yeah?
Probably she was happy, yeah. But again, this is a motive that maybe she hasn't worked on yet, or nobody trained it, or I don't know exactly.
Yeah, like you need to see this a couple of times.
Yes.
Simply it's pattern recognition and
But exactly, like you said, pattern, yes. So,
and
but
you have
I
to
mean,
see this pattern once, and now it's important that she finds out. I mean, either with her trainer or maybe even with the computer, that she's not sad about this missed chance, but simply takes it as a learning opportunity.
that's exactly. But I mean, let's be honest. Perfect game. Can we check which year she was born? I'm pretty sure we already had this in the studio. We had this before, but for that age, and she has great, yeah, born in 2017, yeah, so 7 years to 8 years old.
No, she's 8, she will be 9.
She will
be 9 this
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
It's easier for me because my kids, they
they're-
are these years, around these
Oh,
years
really?
born. So
Okay, yeah.
my son is 2017, so I know like...
But okay, so you're close to Lucas, and who is born, Leo is born in 2018, right? And it
yeah,
was
like
during
our
Chess
daughters
Olympia.
are pretty close to each other. There's just 1 month difference. And then my son is 1
Oh,
year older, a bit more than 1 year
okay.
older than his son.
Wow.
And yeah. And it happened, yeah, during Chess Olympiad that his son was born. I think it was Chess Olympiad in where was it?
Batumi.
Batumi.
Was, yeah, Batumi 2018. 2016 was Baku, 2018 was Batumi, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so he had to fly home to.
I think it was
be
agreed
present.
somehow. It was very. He had to negotiate well, I guess, between his teammates who just said, "Okay, it's a huge. I mean, you're improving the strengths of the team," and they were all good friends, yeah, and they wanted him to have him there. And of course, yeah, once the son is born, he wants to be back to support his wife, and
Of
yeah.
course.
So it was
As
a
he
small,
did, yeah.
very tricky situation. But I think they agreed that once Lev is born, he will fly back. Yeah, once it's.
Yeah.
And I think he just played 1 game, and then there were just 4 players there to play the whole Olympiad like this.
So they couldn't even argue who can rest because Lena, he took the spot. But yeah, which means that Leo Lenic is the youngest participate with 7 years old of this tournament. Is that correct? Probably.
Yeah, he
If
is.
we made the correct calculations, that's pretty impressive, of course.
No, it's impressive to play in such a tournament with such age.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, amazing.
you can see the enthusiasm he has for chess. He really likes it, and
Yeah.
that's the most important thing.
No, it was very pleasant to play against him in the Simul because he was also next to Olivia,
Yeah.
again his sister, and they were just making some faces to each other, and just he was giving her advice. You should exchange queens. Meanwhile, his game was going on. He just has this type of personality. It's very, very, very like fun person to be around, and yeah, I'm very curious how he's gonna.
It was also funny because I came to watch the Simul briefly, and then I
yeah.
met Ismail. He was a bit late for the Simul,
Okay.
and we played 2 games of Blitz in the analysis room. He asked me, we played some Blitz,
That's nice.
and then Lev came,
Yeah.
and he gave an interview to Chess Base India. about your game. It was huge. It was just fantastic.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, he needed a translator because the English it was not that easy. But all of a sudden, he gave an interview, and I think that his father didn't know that because the grandmother is here. She also didn't know. They were looking for him, and he was just there giving an interview.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. I can't wait to see that interview then. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I'm curious what he's gonna say. He's gonna probably say, "I was winning after 5 moves." But then she didn't blunder anything, so it was hard.
Like she played better than I expected, maybe or something.
Yeah, I saw Ismail coming into the playing hall. And actually,
Yeah,
is that Leo? That's Leo
and
right
that's Ismail.
now. That's Ismail, yeah, on board 11 with the black pieces. I saw Ismail come into the playing hall a bit later, but he didn't say anything, and I didn't know, was he here, nice zoom, to play against me, or was he here just to see the playing hall? Like, because he didn't talk to me or to anybody, so I didn't ask him, does he want to play? Because he's kind of very high rated, so I just assumed that maybe he wants to just enjoy the playing hall and play with somebody else. But okay, I didn't know again.
Yeah, he just said, I asked him why he's not playing, and he just said he was a bit late. So I don't know what exactly, but he approached me and asked for this blitz. So we played a bit blitz. We spoke a bit, and I told him, okay, I mean, today in the afternoon there's a lot of room for some guests, so you just play a nice game, you win a nice game, and you come. And he followed the instructions. He won a nice game, and he was there.
Yeah, that's okay. That's very nice. And so, how did he play in Blitz? He was quite solid. Yes,
he was playing very well. Yeah, I think 4th place.
Yes, he played extremely well. I was 6th at the end, so he was 4th. He was the best youngster under 18 at the end, won that prize. So that's actually very impressive. So that's why I also assumed that he wouldn't play a simul against me. But again. Nice, very nice of him that he wanted to.
He's coming from Istanbul, and he got like time off of school.
Oh wow, that's very nice.
There was some help of organization to
and
write some letters, and he came.
Wow.
His mother found the tournament, he told me. Yeah?
Beautiful, that's very beautiful. We can check his game now that we're looking at it, board number 11.
Board 11, let's see what he's doing today.
Because I saw him being quite confident. He looks very confident in general about his positions, and knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he was maybe also over pushing. He lost one game, I think 2 rounds ago, where he tried a bit too much. Maybe it was against Kristic David, where he was avoiding the draw, and then he lost. And also the other game, he lost to Gotham. Also in this, I think he also refused some draws, so he was also like wondering how he should approach their things, and we spoke a bit in general.
You gave him some advice. That's also a very big bonus of this tournament. We are always here. You, Luca, Daria, me. We're always here to talk to players, analyze some games, give advice, and be here in a different way than usually. So that's very, very unique.
Yeah, it's nice because once you're playing your tournament yourself, I mean, it's different. You're not only like concentrated when you're playing, you're also preparing and so on. There's simply less time for this, and here it's like a nice mixture when we're commentating the games, but then also there's time to ask questions, chess related, not chess related. I mean, for whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So that's very nice.
So let's see what he's doing. F5. So he's definitely out for fight.
Yes.
Also, we saw some games of Cohen. He plays the English. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him already in the tournament.
Yeah.
And he grabs the pawn. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Brave play.
Very brave. But it seems to be working. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just go briefly through the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Not too much. Just to the current position, so we knew what happened, how it happened.
Exactly,
wow,
just have a bit of a feeling. Yeah, like White is sacrificing some 2 pawns and long castle. I mean, inspired play by White as well.
Very nice. G4, yeah.
And black also castle long.
That makes sense.
Is a bit surprising once you saw the opening moves. That both sides would castle to the queen side. But still.
This bishop on b7 is kind of stuck. However, these pawns came running.
Yeah.
And it looks like White's play kind of
Black is just
dimmed
much
out.
better, yeah?
Yeah.
First criteria when evaluating the pawn structure is the count, and that's that one is clearly in black's favor.
Yeah, and also just G4, G3 is in the future, and I don't know. It's
just 2 pawns up, and at the moment there's really basically no compensation to be seen. So it looks like
Ismail might be on his cruise to winning this morning game.
Yeah, and we start. Maybe let's see what the leaders are doing.
Let's see. Okay, rooks are off.
Rooks are off, and there's some endgame.
Bishop versus knight, it can be tricky.
It can be tricky, yeah. There are many games of Bobby Fischer who used to win with this bishop, with the light squared bishop even. I mean, it's...
Yes, especially in this pawn structure, 2 double pawns, 1 queen side, 1 king side. It can be like I see motive b4, a5, and bishop c6 if the king or the knights are too busy on the king side. Again, not now, but of course there are motives
slowly,
like that. Yeah.
And okay, h4 and a4, they are nicely blocking all those pawns, yeah?
Yes, very, very nice.
It's very hard
setup.
to move forward. And even the engine is saying it's zeros, but yeah, in a practical game, this is still not over. There, white will ask a couple of questions, and it won't be such an easy task defending this with the black pieces.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Mate being quite confident in his play here. He's feeling comfortable here, it seems like. And you like the knights, you would take white or black?
White. I mean, there's no question that to take white. But I also, I also think that, I mean, as a Karakan player, you sort of are familiar with those kind of positions. Also, your mentality, you're ready that sometimes you have to defend a bit slightly worse or be precise, and don't be too worried about that one.
Yes.
And I think,
we'll
that's
definitely
what he's doing, and
we'll see how he'll handle this endgame, and we'll come back to it.
Of course. And now we see what is happening on the second board. They are moving fast.
Okay, so this is now we can see the weaknesses on f and h, and king c7. The idea is rook f5, rook h4.
But so king f3 would stop that idea, and
he just played it.
We have like live, live transmitted to the playing hall. They heard king f3 should be played. It came.
But I mean, Blaž down to 2 minutes, and it's move. Can you just tell me 35?
5 more.
So 5 more moves, and okay, we don't expect a big mistake from Blaž here. Basically, it's up to black to find the trick here somehow.
Exactly, yeah, to ask some problems, and he should find it definitely before move 40, since there will be still, there's not that much time left.
Okay, so king b6, a4, b4. Okay,
b4 he played, okay.
That's fine, yeah. I think so. I think that's
maybe
fine.
to play b4 and a3.
Yeah.
Makes sense to include those two, and then...
Yeah, I don't know how do you see.
But at the moment, for example, how would you wait if you have to wait king g3?
Yeah, king g3, of course.
Well, I mean, also rook c1 theoretically is a waiting move, but because if you move with the rook away, let's say some random move, you move the rook. It looks like black can activate the king, but rook c5 is stopping it.
Yeah.
And some counterplay could happen there. So there are definitely some waiting moves left in the position.
Actually, also I understand now why b4 was played so fast, because if, let's say, if a4 was played, or a3, e5 was the idea of white.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed the...
I also saw that a5 would be the idea, but e5. But you were even asking, like, he should come up with some threat.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice it.
Definitely, e5 would just end it,
Yeah, that's
the pawn on
GG.
d4 cannot take because the rook is hanging, and okay, if the pawn on d4 cannot take, then all is lost.
So that was very, very nice.
That was
trick,
a nice
actually.
trick, and I mean, nicely seen by the white player.
Yeah.
But it would be, I mean, sometimes, there were sort of luck could play a role. That, I mean, it's possible to play b4 for completely different reasons.
Yeah. It
without
really could
missing,
be.
I mean, with missing e5, Just because before, I thought that b4 is logical because you want to stop a5.
Yes.
And it also is, in a way, logical to stop a5, but of course, Did he also stop e5 along the way? It's nice. h5.
H5.
That is a bit surprising, I would say. I mean, this is not how you should play such endgames, to make these, let's say, committing pawn moves just before the time control.
This is what I wanted to say. You push these pawns too far, and you will see them drop eventually. Of course, it's still fine, but you would prefer to keep them closer to your king.
Yeah, to just wait with these committing moves, not to make them so fast.
Yeah, but to be honest, when low on time, a3 was, for example, a great waiting move at that moment, consolidating before, and then you can think about king g3, h5, or moving the rook, Yeah, for example, rook b7.
Now we are expecting a3.
a3 should happen. White has to think about some pawn endgames like king c7, rook b5, because then if the rook moves a5...
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. I was wondering, is there some... So let's say a3. Can I play king c7?
King c7, yeah.
Is there some point in going something like rook b5, or this is stupid, yeah?
Oh, you want to trap?
I mean, the rook has no move, but I have no way to attack, and also I trapped my own rook along the way, yeah?
Yep.
So something like this is not working. Where's life? Rook b7, white to move. 1.5. And he played something?
He played a3 probably, yeah.
Yeah.
a4 would have probably kind of been too much. King c7 immediately.
And Sanash is trying to make pressure on the clock. This is also what he did against BT. He also played very fast there to make some pressure. We also had a brief look at that game. He prepared this. There he had some deep opening preparation with this h4 and a3.
That was nice. He talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talked a bit about his opening prep there, and everything was like prepared.
Very nice, very.
Some ideas that knight can go to h3 and bishop back to a2. That were some ideas there.
Okay. Okay, see, this is what I mean when I say...
But why is White playing it in such a concrete fashion? Yeah?
Listen, you don't need to do this. Black has no way into coming into your position, and going f5 is suicidal. I don't know how it still works.
Engine is saying still 0, but it's sort of, you're asking for trouble.
Listen, okay, e takes e5, king f4, king d6, right?
Yeah.
And then there's
and now
a question.
You cannot take, I guess.
If you take, I'm
maybe rook
to
a5 would make sense to attack that pawn.
Yeah, but then you have...
I don't know if rook a7 you can take it, or... But still, why to make it so complicated?
Now we have, the one pass pawn will be one side, one on the other, d4 might fall. I mean, let's be honest, my first thoughts in that position was f5. Just because my first moves are concrete, and then after I finish with the concrete moves, I move on. But I would not play f5, for sure. Yeah,
you shouldn't, at least not in, like, let's say, last move before time control or something like this to make this decision. It's just,
It can be out there, you can think about it, wait for move 40. That's my advice, definitely.
By the way, we have move 40 here, so we go to some other game and see some time trouble. Who promises the most of time trouble? So this one is not a bad time trouble game, I guess. It's move 20, white to move.
That will be a time trouble then, for sure.
So we have bishop c5, bishop g5, and knight h5, yeah?
Yes.
I guess queen somewhere, queen h4. Okay.
Okay. I was asking how close are we to repetition, but we're not
close very close, yeah? So this one?
Well.
At least somebody is playing g4. So here we have queen f2, and now black lost a bit the threat, didn't go queen c5, exchanging the queens, and now white is in time for knight c2, knight d4, which is nice just to stop the exchange of queens and then be ready to push on the king side. And that's exactly what happened. Pushing on the king side took place. And we are not envying black's position, that's clear.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Yes, I think that BT Ozren showing dominance in this game. Yeah, Marino, I would expect he's young. He's a young player, and going for queen exchange is not his style.
Not a natural thing.
Exactly, not natural thing for him yet. Like I said, he's a dynamic player, which means that he just wants to keep the queens on the board as much as he can. But yeah, that was the moment. Queen c5 should have played. Yeah, and queen g5, you think f6, huh?
Yeah, just to because now
trapping
you
the queen
might
almost.
have to change the queen for
On in a
something
terrible
less,
way.
yeah. Then another queen.
Okay, there's queen f5.
That's queen f5, but yeah, queen f5 would basically also be
Almost resignation.
basically a resignation. Yeah, when you lose the f5 pawn, and still there are some mating attacks. No, here it's quite obvious that international master PT he will go through in this game.
Looks like a very confident
What is
way.
Peter doing?
Board number 5. Okay, so we have this bishop on
I would have
D3.
never guessed this pawn structure in move 31. I mean, I will not go through the whole game now, maybe because we're a bit...
Wait, what happened?
But I just want to point out we had this position.
Yeah, sorry, the players both just left the room.
Repetition,
Meanwhile,
sorry.
was there a repetition?
Will they
Okay, let's see then.
Let's see the repetition. They had basically, so we have queen f4, first time this position.
Yeah.
Bishop b5, second time. Bishop b5 also second time. So now bishop b5 third time.
Yeah, so okay, if
Black
Micha
claimed
will
the
claim
draw,
it.
then it's just a draw.
Yeah, Micha will claim it.
But that's surprising that they are not, let's say, agreeing on it, that they are replaying, that white is saying, okay, I'm not sure, show me.
I mean, it's also if, Micha, he cannot offer draw, it's his move. I mean, he can try, but it's like white can play a move first or something.
Yeah, but very often you claim the draw and
then you agree.
You know
yes.
that it's a draw, and then you agree, yeah?
Yeah, but
you can offer a draw also when it's your move, yeah?
You can?
You can offer a draw, yeah, but you don't have to. I mean,
if
actually,
the white doesn't have to respond.
I mean,
or
you shouldn't
something
offer
like
on the opponent's time, so anyway, it's good to offer at your time. Usually you make your move, you offer the draw, you press the clock.
True. Yeah, that's
but
true.
theoretically,
That's true.
you're not disturbing the opponent when you offer a draw on your move.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
and in
fair
some
point.
obvious situations,
Yeah.
you would accept it also, yeah, because there's no point
I'm
in
just
saying.
so not used to it, but you're right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, but it looks like that Micha just left, and then Petar followed him because he probably didn't know where was he going on his move.
You think he just called for an arbiter?
Yeah, I think he called, but somehow now they're just away from the... yeah, let's see.
And shaking it. They went with the score sheet, yeah?
Yeah.
And?
I think the game is finished. Let's see if the clock will be stopped. Yeah. Okay. Draw agreed or repetition agreed upon.
Yeah, it was a repetition was there.
And Peter must be very happy drawing 22-40 player. And Micha should be happy after allowing c5 to definitely come to this.
Yeah, I don't know what are his expectations, but he looks happy, yeah? He was also very relaxed because in the break I saw him roaming around outside in the hallway.
Okay. That's,
and let's see what is happening on 6 board, because here I have the feeling this will be also some time trouble.
Oh yeah,
Could
this
be promised.
looks 24 and got them down to 4 minutes. Yeah, let's see the players, of course, leaving the playing hall and the view behind.
Yeah, also it's good to make this draw, and
nice.
They have the next
Yeah,
hard game incoming, but there are some players they are fighting hard, and yeah, white is still the pawn up. These were the positive things we can say about white's position. And now, yeah, the downside.
The downside of this pawn up. Yeah, evaluation of this position really now is in black's favor. Knight g5 at least posing a threat here. How are we dealing with this? Knight c5.
So it's also 4 minutes against 15, 17, so it's quite a lot of, huge time advantage. So also a lot of pressure on the clock.
Yep, Alyosha also, I think, must be feeling confident. I don't know how we came to the pawn on d4. How was it so easy? Was it that simple?
We start somewhere here.
Yeah, bishop b2, okay. Knight d4.
Now there's at least a threat, but that one is buried. Queen rook b8, queen c2. Okay, e5, and now the center.
That's how the center is
Bishop f8.
activated. Nice.
Beautiful play by black.
Yes.
Looks very nice. Just nicely improving.
Look at the white pieces, so cramped up on the queen's side.
Black pieces there. It's just so much joy to play this position with black pieces, and now d4.
Very nice.
So going for the concrete stuff. I don't know if you really have to push that one so quickly. Maybe why not include maybe h6 somewhere just to have it.
Nice.
Just to have it. Some small move. Improve as much as you can before you go for some concrete stuff. But okay, d4. And yeah, definitely concrete plays happening. But now, how to follow up?
I think he played knight c5. Yeah, knight c5 is on the board.
Yeah, that
Right
was
now.
a logical move.
Was it attacking the rook and stopping knight e6 from happening.
So yeah, that one and that one.
And in case of something like rook b5, I guess we can start taking some things.
So d3, e4
eventually.
is in the air.
Ooh, d3, that's so nice. Oh.
Maybe it's forcing the exchange, sacrifice. So
The-
I guess rook b5 will happen because what else? Ah,
What
maybe he's
else,
thinking
yeah.
of giving up the exchange right away.
Right away, huh? Ah, that looks like taking on d4.
Yeah.
C takes d4, knight.
I don't know.
B3.
cd4, knight b3, a b3, and ed, and maybe knight e6 or
knight
ed.
e6, yeah, okay.
I
No,
don't know.
that's
Knight
fair.
e6 also this is hanging, so I'm not sure about knight e6. Yeah.
But is it hanging? Something on d5 is also hanging.
Ah, yeah, that one I missed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not hanging, but queen e5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still, it's bad, but still, it makes sense to think about it. c4. He's giving up the exchange in a completely unexpected way.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm speechless. I mean, it's not stupid. After knight b3, a takes b3, black has to decide where to put the knight, and knight e6 will be on the board. It's not that ridiculous.
It's just surprising, yeah?
It's just surprising. No, it's just something
Just
unexpected.
came out of nowhere. We
Yeah.
thought that he might sacrifice the exchange,
But with
to do
winning
it-
some pawn, maybe.
But to
But I
go
guess not.
c4, it has some point, yeah?
No, the point is there, absolutely. But I just thought maybe I would want to win a pawn. But maybe B and C pawn together in combination could potentially have something out of the play.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, to make this move with very low on time, it's impressive. He chose the strengths. Just proves that he's just a good player. Definitely should be higher rated than his rating of 1955. That I mean, that's 100%. But, yeah, still, I mean, the position is objectively quite good for black.
Absolutely, yes. It's now up to Alyosha to figure it out. I think he's going to definitely take the exchange, and then I don't know where he's going to move the knight. C3 looks tempting, but do you really want to give up a pawn? No, I want to...
But do you think he's
But I
taking
have
the
to, yeah?
exchange?
You don't think so?
I mean, it looks like it's not running away, yeah?
No.
That fast. And at the moment, you're still covering knight d6, and
Yes, you are.
he's spending some time. So you wouldn't spend the time if you're just. I mean, I hope you're not spending the time when you're just calculating knight b3.
True, but let's say I move the knight. I go knight f6, rook b6 comes.
Okay, there's still knight e4 maybe, but yeah,
There is knight e4, but again,
yeah.
it's...
it's here. Probably will also not find a move that's bad for black, because even if you don't take the exchange, I mean, the position is good, yeah.
Yeah, I could make an argument for 8-6, also because of the e4 square.
Yeah. Such a complicated move. Yeah?
It's very but again, what is happening?
Yeah,
it's
then you
very
could probably
tough.
also make an argument for bishop h6, I guess.
I
yeah?
could.
Similar.
Maybe
similar
bishop f6 might be slightly
Yeah, but
more interesting. But
coming
yeah,
back, yeah, there's no better move than taking the rook. Yeah?
I think there's no better move
Just
than
3
taking.
points against 5. Take it.
Huh.
And then
You would take it, right? You're not sure. Huh?
I don't know. I mean, it's a bit.
I think with this center d4,
Let's say if
e5,
if we're sitting here, probably I would take the rook if I see it for the first time. But I also understand that this whole history of the game.
yeah,
Now, like somehow c4 came as a huge surprise, and I would guess, and now you also have to wrap your head around what is happening, yeah?
Yeah. No, definitely. You would need to calculate. So what happens after a takes b3, and if you find something good for black, you play it. If you don't, then yeah, you definitely start considering something else. Because what's the knight jump here? I don't know if that's comfortable. I do lose d4 at the end.
Yeah, I mean, this is the move the engine gives, but let's say you take on c3,
but
d3, queen
Queen
c3.
d5 looks so dangerous as well. Of course, besides queen c3, you have to check queen d5. Everything works after king h8, thankfully. But queen
that's
c3
sort of a like simply where engine is so good, and it makes it tricky when you analyze a game with the engine after the game or even here now, because you should see it's. I mean, white is in exchange down, but has 2 pawns for it.
Exactly.
So from the material standpoint, it's like completely fine for white. White could be even better. So, and the engine is evaluating it at +3 for some concrete reasons. Maybe
for
with
black,
E4.
of course. Yeah.
For black, yeah, -3 then if you take the evaluation like that. Yeah, but nevertheless, I mean, I'm curious to see what he will do and how this game would develop. In the meantime, there's another time trouble coming up, and let's see what Nico Prasnik is doing.
Oh well.
We left it somewhere with bishop e2.
Yeah.
A6 game,
nice.
which makes a lot of sense. Here probably also some rook c8 somewhere would make some sense, but knight d7, why not? And rook c8 came.
Okay.
And slowly the compensation is disappearing, yeah? Yeah, white is fully in charge, pawn up. And the bishop on b3 is just a fantastic piece, giving a lot of stability to the queen side and at the same time making nice pressure against the pawn on f7. So maybe this can be the game for Nico to come back to chasing the leaders.
It would be very nice, yeah. Comeback definitely. It's kind of a turnaround. Yeah, Wojciech slightly imprecise in some moments, but
yeah, was playing some natural moves, but somehow the compensation faded while making these natural moves.
All good, all good. The game is still going on, but yeah, looks like both players will be in time trouble. Move 24, both below 10 minutes, and definitely a time trouble to look forward to, if I can say that. If you can look forward to time trouble. Okay, do we have... yes.
We take a look what Emma
because
is
we
doing.
have a time trouble there as well. Emma down to 2 minutes and still a pawn down. Even though now looks like at some point she's maybe gonna win it back. So exchanging the queens, allowing rook e2, that's always kind of tough. But rook f2 was probably played, right?
No, bishop b2 was played here.
Bishop b2.
There was a chance maybe to repeat the moves. I don't know if she saw that, if she wanted this.
Yeah.
Or she's just playing on experience and she wants to go to continue to play this end game because younger players are not that strong in the end game. And she can now be in the position of being the older experienced player.
Sorry, can I ask you, instead of going knight d6, can I go a4? And then bishop a3.
But I thought that this guy will be taken, no?
Okay.
Later.
No, fair. Yeah.
So here, if you go here now, can...
Fair. Yeah.
Ooh, there was also... By making the arrow, there's also this.
That's true.
You need to stop it.
That's true. Okay.
So knight d6, I think to keep the knight, it's perfectly fine. And also now this exchange to take the e-file, that I like a lot. And now she keeps the knight and...
Smart.
Yeah, both players, they're just...
Repeating.
Not repeating, yeah. Like both don't want a draw. Both are fighting for advantage to win the game. That's nice.
Bishop a3 now. Probably we will see rook b5, yeah? Now by Edward. Or do you think he's not gonna go for it?
But can rook b5 be a bit dangerous if I move my knight somewhere?
G3? Or what?
G5?
See? Whoa.
It's hanging on e7 at the moment, yeah?
I see.
But okay, you have some counterplay there.
I take and go rook, I take on a2 at the end. But yeah, it's definitely bishop c1, then something on g5 is hanging. Yeah, this is not over.
But rook a5 I also a bit missed because it's dangerous. I'm almost losing my bishop here.
Yeah.
I'm just in time to run, but you take the whole queen side.
We take a lot. Yeah, we take lots of things.
And okay, different colored bishops, but it's also still a huge fight with many things possible. Huh?
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. Both, all three results are possible
And
here.
rook b5 has been played.
Yep. Scenario, it's move 33 only. Is that true?
Yeah, 32.
32.
And now 33rd move is going to be played.
Wow, so 8 more moves to for Emma to make the time control. This looks, even though the queens are not on the board, this looks kind of tough. See, this is why maybe now I would play bishop c1, a4, bishop a3, and then play for some tactics like that, yeah? Bishop c1 on the board. Okay, Emma. Okay, I see you. I see you, girl.
Nice one.
Yeah, this makes lots of sense. Actually, how do you
Just
deal
to
with
get
it?
this a4. Yeah, I didn't like rook b5 that much, yeah?
Well, what would you have played?
I don't know, but I thought that going passive with the rook, it's not the solution, yeah?
Okay.
Like, I also was not sure what is your idea. How will you take it? I mean, and also,
With the bishop?
am I allowed to play for equality or do I have to?
With
to
black
go-
pieces?
yeah.
No, you play for equality. Of course, you should play for equality, I
Yeah,
think.
but he's not playing for equality.
I know, I forgot that he's a pawn up. Okay.
He's a pawn up. I thought that bishop d5 would be one option, maybe
That's
if you
good.
try to equalize.
That's good. Okay, I see.
But yeah, but I think that both of them are trying to create chances.
Bishop c1, rook b7, probably, yeah, defending against knight g5.
That would make a lot of sense. That preparing bishop d5 should be the way. But yeah,
a4, yeah, I think Emma
but now
will
you
go
lose
for.
that one move, yeah, and I can take the knight, yeah, or I don't know. I
Oh
can
no,
also
she's
take-
going for bishop a3. She's going for a petition.
At least it's. I think it's a smart decision to do, because she has less time. At least repeat once, see what the opponent does, and then.
No,
Oh,
she offered a
offers,
drop.
and they just drew.
No, I think it's a fair result as well. I mean, I kind of forgot she was a pawn down for a second, so it does make sense. If it was equal pawns, that's a different story, and I think she would play a4. But yeah, in this scenario, she played so well after the opening, and then just giving the pawn was unnecessary.
Yeah, then we can take a look at port 20.
Okay, sure.
See what is happening there, because with the black pieces there's a player, you met him in Vacancy.
Exactly, yeah, it was very random, and he mentioned, like, I talked to a few people in Vike, it's a huge tournament, and he was in the group, and he said, like, if I'm from Slovenia, and he said that he's looking for tournaments to play himself, and he asked ChatGPT what can he play in Europe, because he's in Netherlands, and ChatGPT said you should play Bled Chess Festival. So that
it's
was
another proof that this
yes,
artificial intelligence is improving.
definitely developing there. Yeah, which was actually surprising because I feel like we haven't done so much advertising for it yet, but it's been, as we have a website, I think that helped a lot for ChatGPT to find us. And then he said, so see you in Bled. I'm definitely coming there. It looks interesting. If I'm correct, he's from Australia, but please, don't come for me. And looks like, board 20, I'm not sure if he's exactly
How well is his
enjoying
turn?
his play, but I would definitely love to talk to him, maybe in the studio, so he can give some insights about the tournament and how is it compared to Vaikanze.
And what a game he has.
Yeah, this knight on g7 looks so scary. And Anna with white pieces down to 1 minute 35.
But the rook on f4 is hanging, the rook on e6 is hanging.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole position is hanging.
Your position is
I tried to calculate some line, but your story was so exciting I wasn't managing to
Now
really
we
get
can do it
forward there.
together. Now we can do it together. So you try to calculate what, bishop f4?
Yeah.
Or what, knight e6,
I mean, I'm
bishop e6,
Still
f6,
also
e4.
there you can, I don't know how to get to the back rank.
Ooh, how do you get to the back rank? Fair.
Because, I mean, queen a2 also looks nice. You have this threat of also rook b2 at some point.
That's true. Actually, queen a2 looks extremely nice.
But yeah, then again, I don't know. This is some huge mess. Yeah, you take here,
Queen.
I take back, you give this check, queen f1. I guess this is sort of... And then still, it's a mess. After all
mess.
this, it's still a mess. Everything is hanging.
This bishop pair is insane.
And okay, here also the time advantage should play a role.
But this is such a difficult situation with so many options. Like you have to think about bishop f4. You have to think like about moving the rook, or like you said, queen a2 scenario. I think queen a2 is like kind of too far away to think about when you get knight g7 on the board. I don't know.
No, I was looking at the way to give a check. This is how I came to queen a2.
Okay.
I was just looking for a check to find one. But bishop f4 also looks logical. And the main issue is also, if now a move comes that's surprising for Anna, that she will, I mean, it's very hard not to collapse.
Yes.
Not to make a mistake, because there's no time. I mean, once you're surprised, let's say you're surprised by a move like in the game of Gotham with this c4 that we saw. If this happens with low time, I mean, it's very, very unpleasant, because you have no time to react, no time to rethink some decisions.
Exactly.
And he played this line that we saw.
Wow, so he played knight c3. Wow.
He found it,
But what now?
Alyosha, he spent a lot of time, and this will be, I don't know, this probably will be our time trouble game,
This might be the game that we will definitely
go
against
to.
4. Queen d8, okay.
But okay, we can go back one more time. I just wanted to show the point that the move like c4 would be, that something like this, if this happens to Anna, it would be tough.
I do agree. No, I do absolutely agree. But I think Kelvin thinking has to take his time now, but not too much, because otherwise, this game can end. Move 29 only as well. Have to make 11 moves.
Okay, let's say the most logical move you take on f4.
Yeah, and
I
then
guess you take on e6. Now, what do you take? Maybe
I want to take
e6.
You want to take with the f pawn.
I wanted to give some room to
for
my
the king.
Not to be this back rank mate. It's somewhere there, and also I like the bishop on d5. So I thought if I take like this and you take f4, I can swing my queen also here.
Ooh, actually good point.
Having a threat, but maybe there's rook d5. Some counter attack is happening.
Wow.
Okay, there's always the way to, play queen f3, a very logical move when you play yourself. Not a move you want to see as a commentator, as a spectator. When everything is just...
Queen f3 looks very stable, I do agree with that.
Getting exchanged.
Yeah.
But he's looking very calmly, taking his time, thinking.
I think he's ready to play. Also, rook e4 could be considered.
So now let's see what he does. Is he going queen a2?
Ooh, that would be impressive, because there's way too much to calculate after queen a2, in my opinion.
It's sort of the move you have to play by feeling, No, bishop f4.
I think that's the most natural thing to do.
And he takes it.
Okay. But she expected that, so now she's gonna... it's like... well, now she touched it, and obviously it was just to correct it.
I think also this touch move rule, you should... There's something is written that you have to have the intention of moving it.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Because sometimes it happens, let's say you would knock over the king while writing down, you don't have to move the king.
That's very nice.
So it's written not only you touch the piece you have to move, you have to touch it with the intention of moving,
Absolutely.
So now
we have this line that you said, f takes e6.
Yeah, that's the position that they are having, like we have this. We are in the game.
Now she's gonna take, of course, and now it's up to Kelvin, Queen f3.
But okay. So it was also, he also wanted to have things calm down, and okay, now she has to take, she has to go for the end game.
Okay, now we can go back to our time trouble game, because this will continue for a long time. Let's see board number 6.
A decent decision, but also,
Also, we should quickly check board number 3 as well, because there's time trouble there, but maybe position is way too... Whoa.
There.
Is knight trapped somewhere?
But where's the rook?
Where's the rook?
Where is the rook?
Where's the exchange?
How it went away. Queen h4. g6 and gave up the rook on d8. The best move here,
Wow.
Just giving up the rook.
And why is it so good? Why is this so good?
That's surprising, engine is saying just black is better,
Wow.
Simply claiming that the rooks are overrated.
I would say fair enough, but
I don't know what is
I don't know if it's fair.
hard to figure out exactly. But okay, the pieces that are there, they look nice, yeah?
Wow. Yeah, but then you have to find the perfect combination of moves, how to play against this queen, and it looks like that Maxim Smirnov didn't find the correct response here.
Okay, now he stabilized, he got bishop to c4, also nicely covering this e2. And now maybe to switch the bishop would be logical.
Would be logical.
That's what he did. But
Okay.
white was in time to play c3.
Okay.
And now a move I like a lot, this f3.
Yeah.
Just
that's very
controlling
nice.
these both squares, and now white is like
Cruising,
clearly in the
yeah.
driver's seat, yeah? Like,
Correct.
and making use. Now counter-attack is coming. Yeah, looks like a nice game by Adam. Then we briefly check board number 4.
Also time trouble. Ooh. Whoa. See, Marino kept queens on the board.
So what
and
happened? H4. He didn't close the queen in. No,
he just.
Osrin kept the queens on the board. He didn't want to change the queens here.
Whoa.
And okay, rook came to f7, d4, all good.
All good.
Rook f6,
Where's
bishop
Wait. Okay.
e6. It looks logical, but he was just greedy, grabbing the pawn, yeah? e6 was the logical move, and he just grabbed the pawn.
Yeah.
And rook f7. Now queen f6 is a huge threat. How do you bury that one?
Yeah.
So now
I'm very
it's the
nervous
time
about it.
time for grabbing pawns. It's not there because queen f6, and
Yeah. How
all
do
the
you
queens in the world will not help to stop that mate.
That's actually a very tough scenario.
But
for
there's a way, yeah.
Stefan.
Like engine is still.
Yeah. Let's try to find. Okay, so that was
one.
not
Saw that queen c4 was given with the idea to play queen d4.
queen
And
c4. Oh yeah, this is how I wanted to get to this diagonal somehow, but even that looks scary, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's a check, of course. Yeah, queen a4, queen c4 with a.
But queen a4 was not the move there for some reason. But okay, let's stay with whatever we have.
Yeah,
So
bishop.
rook f5 would be
Our
the first move to
natural.
consider, no?
Absolutely.
So if rook takes f5, are
But
we
then can I? Yeah.
gf and
No. I don't take.
you don't take?
I think I take on b2 in that case, right? Or I play c2. Can I do that?
Yeah, that's probably at least we have to consider that one, yeah.
Yeah. He took,
took it?
yes, correct.
But he also has basically no time at all. Where is he? Hiding under
Drop
the
the
table.
Where did he go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What is he looking at?
Why is he not looking? Oh, he
he-
took. Okay,
He
took.
didn't consider any other moves, just making sure.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because now e7 looks interesting. What else? Queen f5 looks.
Queen f5 looks very
interesting.
tempting.
Yeah, queen f5 looks the most tempting, even though. Then I take on b2. How do you checkmate me?
How do you take on p2?
Well, let's say with the pawn, whatever.
You take with the pawn, okay, and I start by giving a check.
Yeah, king
I
h8.
give maybe this check
yeah,
first.
Okay, whatever, king h8.
So now, can I give another check? Just grabbing the pawn.
You can. Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah,
but
king
okay.
h8, yeah.
So I took the pawn, and now let's how to mate you. Huh?
Yeah, how do you mate me?
I'm not in time to move
Just
my
bishop
rook.
e4 or what?
Yeah, but bishop e4. I thought you still have some moves, no?
I know,
To-
rook g8. Yeah,
rook g8 directly, yeah.
directly.
But rook e7 was also working. or wasn't?
also, yeah.
So how do I mate?
I don't know.
I mean, it's nice to think about this when you have perpetual in the pocket, yeah.
I don't know. I would prefer to think about it before I make a draw, before I have a perpetual. I want to win.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, there's
He
what
d-
can I do? Yeah, I
Queen
have to
f5 is
take
on the
that
board, yeah.
queen f5. It makes sense, yeah. And
No,
probably
of course.
cp2 makes sense, and then you start. I mean, now you could start really to play smart, yeah. You give one check here, and you try not to get 3 times repetition. Take this one and
Can I?
try to get it over the time control, and then think about it. Yeah?
Would it be over the time control?
I think you could manage that one.
Yeah, maybe. I would, yeah, of course, also something to consider. Can I, take on h6? So like we said, check. Leave the king on g8 and then play bishop e4.
So play bishop e4 here. And what is your point if rook goes to 7th rank?
I would. Yeah, I cannot even go king h1. Yeah, or can I go king h1?
Maybe you can go king
no?
h1.
But again, it's a bit risky. Yeah.
If I queen,
I will take something with the bishop, maybe. No bishop, no. That would be a check.
because I saw a check here, and
Yeah.
that was the only reason. But maybe you take with the rook and
Maybe
you
I
keep
take
the
with the
option, yeah?
rook. But again,
Also, you
the
have
rook
this
comes
one.
to g7.
That's
I
also-
don't know. Maybe that's not exactly what I want. Yeah,
I think-
I
no,
would
it
want to
looks
make
good,
time
no?
control.
But
Does?
yeah, it would be nice to make the time control first. So if you don't, if you manage to do that without repeating, but what is he doing?
So black to move here.
Like to move.
He doesn't seem to be interested in this game somehow.
Maybe he's no, but I mean he's definitely not thinking it's an easy draw. It's definitely not thinking he's just lost
No.
because that you wouldn't think, yeah. Without the engine, it's not obvious at all.
Oh,
So now queen c4.
crazy for you giving checks are the idea, and that's pretty good.
But
idea.
now at least the pawn is 2 squares away, so that's a nice thing.
That helps us, yeah.
That helps white. But I think white could now
Now we give some checks and then take
do
on
some
h6.
clever things, yeah?
Yeah, that's actually smart. Queen g6, queen f6 first, and then queen g6 and
Yeah, you
Queen
can
h6
maybe
then.
also start with queen f7 to have this one time in,
Actually, that's good, yeah. I like that.
to just not run into 3 times same position, yeah?
And queen g6 was played.
But
king
now
h8.
queen f6 he should give at least, before taking h6
Yes.
to once have this one.
Absolutely.
Would be just so smart because no chance that it will be perpetual check.
Ah,
Why is he doing it?
it's gonna. He wants to make drama. Let him make drama.
Yeah. Okay, let's see also in between. Quick
Yeah,
look at board
quickly.
6, what is happening
Yeah.
there. We had this exchange, and now the pawn on c4 is gone. So here it looks like black is just going to win it because you
Yeah.
cannot take the rook. b1 is hanging. It's not mate, but very close to it, and that's enough. Yeah, like to a much better endgame, winning endgame. Board number 7, also an endgame. Also there it's just getting
Slow.
getting one endgame after
Good.
another.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good one also there.
And yeah. Krstic also down to board number 9. They're both down
Okay,
to...
they are not disappointing. There we have something which is not an endgame. Pieces are flying.
Woohoo! Okay.
So the point is, if the rook takes,
There's some rook f2, yeah?
then rook f2 is coming and king g1 and mate. Which could be the way how the game will finish.
So we could, yeah, also stay
Yeah.
with the camera. We should probably stay on this board,
Yeah,
but yeah, on the
yeah,
position.
it
we
will
can
exactly finish like this. There's
king
resignation.
G3
Not yet.
And checkmate on queen g5, yeah. And game over. Very nice.
Nice one.
Good find.
Leonard, we didn't have a look at.
Yeah, but are they already moved 40? So we can come back to this one later.
We can come
after
to that
time
one later.
control.
Yeah, that I agree. Then we have here we have another. What is this?
Whoa! So we just see the Graf Deke winning the game. Wait,
Yeah,
what
and
happened?
he can take on b3 even, yeah,
That's cute. Yeah.
with some nice.
Yes, that was probably the whole idea. Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
Just yeah, it looked like black was doing good before as well. Then we have next board. There are some time trouble and some wild stuff. Bishop e5, a nice move. Bishop is hanging, but you cannot take the bishop. Fg6 and the queen is gone. That's definitely a nice thing to spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just see BT make a move with the second?
Ui, ui, ui.
Five
5
seconds.
seconds, it
Okay, he
says.
slammed it so hard that. Ooh, and Rookie. He wasn't sure about this move. He seemed very unhappy.
Yeah, but it was simply that was such a poor decision to
it
take.
was really bad decision to take first. on
Because this
h6.
would be queen f6 check would be move number 40,
See, yeah.
and now it's 38, and that's a huge difference. Yeah, when it's also here he probably has the chance to even give some checks on the 5th rank to avoid this 3 times repetition.
Yeah, but at this point you just kind of want to keep your queen on 6th rank just for so you don't make repetition just by accident. Queen
I
d4.
mean, now it would be this 15 minutes extra with this time control, but I think this was a much more important task before when there was these adjourned games. So let's say you would give 2 checks and then you would seal 1 more check. You would write the move, it comes in the envelope, and then you go to analyze in peace and you have a look at how to mate. And
exactly.
but okay, he looks too calm. I hope he's not overstepping the time.
Yeah, I hope he knows that it's not
He
move
looks
40
like
yet. I'm not sure he's aware. Played it. Yeah, king h2. Also with
Okay,
there was a few seconds, but okay, now taking the rook is there should be checkmate somewhere.
there should, but is there? I mean,
Okay,
the idea
queen
is obviously
e5.
c2, yeah?
Yeah, c2, queen g5. I'm gonna mate you.
I mean, now it's nice that your king is on h2, you're not in this check.
Yeah, but queen f6 and bishop e4. And,
Yeah,
well, okay, there's rook c7, yeah.
And here bishop
Like
e4,
here,
yeah?
yeah, here, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice way. That most likely is going to be the
because
end.
it's now move 40, so yeah, it's now he's
He took a
getting
brief
15
look, probably
minutes.
also if the opponent has made move 40.
yeah.
We had this discussion also yesterday that how are you doing it? You feel confident enough to trust your score sheet?
No, I always check my opponent's score sheet, always.
You don't make one safety move just to be sure move 41?
If we are both on move 40, I know my opponent will not claim, so I'm safe. So even if we both make a mistake, I know my opponent will not claim.
But the arbiter is supposed to claim.
Yeah.
What? You know all the arbiters. Nobody should dare to claim if you claim in my game.
Yeah, let's hope they don't see the game then, yeah? Yeah, that's kind of, I forget about that arbiters now have so much power that they can claim move 40.
So much duty also, because
Duty
that's
as well.
not their choice.
Exactly.
They have to.
But like a few years ago, they didn't have such power also to interfere in the game and say, let's say if you have 5 queens on the board and your opponent is not resigning, they can interfere the game and say you have to resign.
Really?
Yeah, they can do that. And like years ago, they didn't have such power. Okay, we have a result on board number 3. I think Adam actually won the game.
Yeah, it looks like he...
And yeah, it's...
with some nice move in the end. Queen takes d7. And now if queen takes d7, he will just push a7, queen, get the new queen. Nicely, also the queen will promote with check and also attacks the knight on e4. So whatever dreams were there for some sort of counterplay, they are also gone. Yeah, nice win by Adam, and he's back in the, at least trailing the leaders. Yeah,
that's very impressive, given that he lost the first round. It was a huge turnaround game. And yeah, now we mostly have just a few games to follow.
We have this is the second board rook endgame. And White, instead of keeping some fortress, went for the... Yeah.
Well... but let's be honest, Bled doing a great job defending this.
So f5. Yeah, we were a bit, let's say, criticizing that he chose such a active defense and making these important decisions with little time on the clock.
Also being a pawn down now, yeah?
But Engine says he's winning now also.
Whoa. Because...
So hc6, king goes
to e6, d6.
Rook check and king e7. That's a nice point. And he will catch the rook.
Wow. And in case of rook c7, we just go rook g2 probably, yeah?
Then there's b5.
Also b5, a5, so many ideas.
It's just b5.
Just b5.
And it's pinned, yeah? And you will finish it with rook c6 or bc6.
Ouch.
But king e6 happened first. King e7, and White is a pawn down, but
getting it back, and also something on f5
should probably play more for the initiative and not for regaining the pawn.
Yeah.
But okay, White wants to be safe, and okay, who can blame him to do that against such a strong opponent? And that's the actual position. I guess king f5 looks logical.
It does.
Who is trying to do what?
And also, why is Anas not thinking so?
Yeah, he's making pressure on the clock. He's thinking on the opponent's time.
Yeah. Okay, king f5, I assume king d5 will happen.
Or d3. I'm still trying to wrap
d3,
my head
actually,
around
yeah,
what
actually
is
d3.
d3. You come with the king, and you come also with the king, and
Nah, now it's black is winning. Yeah.
yeah, and okay, I thought, okay, what is happening if b6 comes? I mean, it wasn't that obvious.
That's
Everything.
not clear. Yeah. Not clear
what's
at all.
going on?
King c3.
Yeah, or rook e8 check is also another option
It
to
is.
consider.
To start with that. And then king c3, d2. Yeah, I think that king f5 is on the board. Isn't that lost?
No, d5, king f5 is not lost.
Okay.
d3
d3
now.
and here you have to be smart. d3
Yeah.
immediately.
But yeah, he chose definitely a very, very interesting way of playing. And now he should still play. Here it's important to play with activity and not go passive king e4. Very often in rook end games, you need to play very active. Yeah? You should play for counterplay and not for passive play will lead to defeat. So especially in these end games, in rook end games, you need to be active. So therefore, king e6 is the right way. And at some point, being ready to sacrifice the rook. Also, you want to sacrifice the rook on d1 so that the black king is the furthest away.
But then you, yeah.
So, and then you would push that one, yeah?
Yes.
Something like this.
But
And
like for rook end games, you need a lot of experience, and being defensive is your first instinct. And if you don't have this experience to play king e6, I doubt that it would be played. I think
it
would
doesn't
be
come
so
natural.
impressive. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally. It makes lots of sense. Even, do you think king g6 is also okay? Should be, right?
But you want to be closer
I want
usually,
to be closer, yes,
This
of course.
next is body check to just drive the black king away, just in case you need it.
Do you think he'll find it?
I think he will find it, because he played the whole rook end game. He played so
aggressively.
Yeah, so he was always looking for active defense, so I cannot imagine that now he will turn around and go for some solid stuff. But definitely also Sanachez, I mean, he has to think about that he could be also worse, yeah? And this finished, yeah? It was a mate. Pity Osren, he just made it.
Like exactly, it was kind of our line.
Exactly what we saw here.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice win at the end, even though I'm sure
and another
that
favorite that's coming back, yeah?
Yeah,
so
we'll see
with
him.
all this, let's say, up and down, it looks like we have the first, at least 5 of the first 4 are back in the lead, yeah? And maybe Nico, the number 1 of the tournament, he could also get a bit closer.
Let's go back to this end game. Oh no, sorry. Okay, let's go to.
Maybe also speaking of number 1 of the tournament, let's see what's happening on board number 1.
Okay, they move.
They had like sort of a bit of a boring end game, we thought, or let's say not as entertaining as the others.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
And we didn't. Okay, you like it. Good.
It's not so boring. It's not like it's opposite color bishop, you know? Like there's a knight and a bishop. And I just kind of lost such an endgame in European Blitz with the knight versus bishop, just because like slow press of the bishop, especially with the pawns on both sides, it can be very unpleasant. So now I want to see somebody suffer like I did back then. In a good way, of course. Mate, you got this.
Suffer in a good way, of course. That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanted that end game, yeah? We want to see.
No, I need to see. Well, sorry, Blash only has 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and
it's a good moment to see what he's doing, yeah.
If King e6 will be on the board, we need to see it. Or if it.
And it's on the board. I told you he would find it.
I'm impressed.
He's playing.
I'm impressed.
There's no passive defense in his playbook. He can just go for activity. But I mean, this endgame could be really interesting because
yes.
I think all 3 results are still possible.
I think it's unclear. Even if you do both queen, give a rook, and then white queens, and then this b6 is running. So black has to be in time to take on a4 to make a draw.
So okay, let's see what would be logical. King c4 would be logical, I guess.
King c4,
Yeah, also there's some move. You could also bring this one.
You could, but there's king f7 as well.
Yeah, but
I like that.
that's probably a safe way, at least.
Okay.
So if black is going for a draw, you can play rook e2 here. The rook
And
moves,
then
and now, I don't know,
No,
you played
d2 because this is, yeah, you have to go rook d1.
and at some point you probably need to go king b6. Yeah, you cannot leave the b pawn.
Probably,
But yeah, once again, it's close. It's just one tempo.
very close. No, especially because here rook
here,
f2
if you
is
would
actually
have one more
tricky.
tempo, maybe it's winning, yeah?
Yeah.
And rook f2, you meant in...
King e6. Okay, no, it's okay. Everything's fine. No, like d2, rook d1, rook f2 here, but king e6.
King somewhere,
yeah.
just not to lose the pawn with
Okay.
check, and then it would be also a draw.
Should be doable. Even though rook f4,
But okay, it's just one
do
a
I win
pawn.
the pawn? I take the second one, no, as well.
Yeah, but it's the a pawn. Yeah, it's
Okay, but
it's very little, yeah.
but if somebody's playing for a win, it's black.
Of course,
yeah?
then. But okay, then I don't give you the pawn. Then I go.
Okay,
rook.
king b6. You see, you will give me this pawn, okay? I'm gonna take it.
No jokes.
I'll take it.
Okay, you told I give. What can I say? Pawn is gone.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, king e6. No, that's impressive. It's really impressive to see king e6 on the board. I am glad that such a high level performance showed by Zupan Blas, who is only 1760 rated.
Yeah. Definitely it's a very cool game that's happening.
Let's check our time trouble game. Yeah, board number 6.
Board number 6, but I guess time trouble is over
Has
here as
just
well,
they
and there's
finished, yeah.
just a very bad endgame,
Yeah, okay.
which I suspected Alyosha would convert without any trouble. Then we have on the next board Nico Prasnik. He also has a much better endgame, 2 pawns up. And yeah, I also don't see how black is holding on there. Then we have Leonard.
Oh, yes,
playing
let's
against Christian. He was also participating yesterday. Both were participating in the Blitz tournament, I think.
Yeah, and I played Christian twice.
In the Blitz tournament.
Yes. You know how?
Yeah, I'm puzzled.
Okay. So we started a tournament with a practice round because there were like 35 players written on the starting list. And instead of checking who is there and who is not, Anna made a pairing and said, if your opponent is there, good, play a practice round. If not, come to me and tell me who is not here. So that's how we kicked the players off the list. I played Christian for the first round and then again once in the tournament.
But you won both.
I did win both, even though first round was much better, more convincing than the second one. The second one was kind of shaky, to be honest. Almost lost on time for a second.
Lost on time for a second is good. Yeah?
Literally
good
for a
expression.
second. Literally for a second. And yeah, did manage to win, but he did show great resilience in round number, second round.
Yeah, but that practice round is a tricky thing. Yeah, like you do good in the practice round, you lose the other one.
It's tough.
It gives a bad feeling.
I would have been very upset, to be honest. But yeah, he did play quite well, and now he's seen playing against Leonard, and Leonard being piece down. Wasn't he doing great before we jump to other games? Can we just jump a few moves back?
So at the moment it looks like it's a draw, yeah?
Yeah.
Or not? No, actually it's not so obvious, yeah? Because Queen h6 is losing.
Yeah.
And Queen h6 is a very tempting move. It's losing nicely due to g4.
Ooh.
And you cannot keep contact to the queen. And then the queen is gone. So basically then the only move remaining is king g4. And which is a tricky thing is that he's thinking. So obviously he didn't see g4, f4. Because if you saw that one, you would go king g4. And yeah, no matter what, yeah?
King g4 has to be played.
But it looks
king
very dangerous because king g2 and...
Yeah, king g4 is on the board as well.
He played, yeah?
Yeah.
Good that he found it.
Yes. And do we think there's no check? Like, I don't think Leonard will check on d7, right?
Yeah. Leonard was here yesterday as well, and he said something that he prefers to play fast because when he's thinking, I mean, usually his moves are worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I told him that of course he has to try to improve that one, But he says that he usually goes with his first instinct, because if he starts to think a lot, then I mean he's usually it's simply the level is dropping.
Okay, and that happens to some players. And ooh, wait, checkmate with f3.
Ooh, that's a nasty one. That's a nasty one, and that's a sad
That
situation.
was very unnecessary.
I mean, it's a
Like
piece.
queen f6 could have been played, no?
Many moves could have been played, yeah?
Let's go back, queen
You
f6.
could have
The only
played
move was queen f6.
Only queen f6, yeah?
Wow.
Why
that's
only queen f6?
crazy.
Because if queen f5?
He must be so
Queen
upset.
h4 mate. There are some mates, yeah?
No. It's very tricky position, but I mean, you defend against queen h3, you defend against f3, and basically queen h4 as well.
Yeah, he's
Oh my god.
devastated, yeah? Piece up.
How does white draw after queen f6? Sorry, I didn't see that.
So king g4, king g2, queen f6.
How does white draw?
But you can, I mean, you're picking up the knight, yeah?
I'm picking up the knight.
At least.
Okay.
If there were a couple
sure.
of ways, yeah?
Sure. Okay.
And actually, that one, I mean, with these pass pawns, it's definitely not over, yeah? I mean, it would continue for a long time. It's not said that he would hold the game, but yeah. Sometimes also you have the feeling you were piece up and you didn't even realize you only had one move, yeah? Oof, top mistakes, -20.
I think it's more than minus. I think that's the limit, -20.
Maybe, yeah,
I
maybe
think
they set the limit,
checkmate.
yeah?
The top mistake was checkmating too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's very tough. Let's see what
That
else
was
we have.
a tough end.
No, that was so heartbreaking. Honestly.
Actually, we don't have that many games left in the
Yeah, we
tournament.
don't,
Like
yeah.
it's
So we can.
time is passing. Yeah, like, let's go
Games are
one more round
extremely
with this.
with this team, yeah.
What we have. So Nico is winning. We expect Nico to win it.
Don't jinx him.
Okay.
Don't jinx him. But looks like he should be comfortable here.
Then on port number 6, I also expect Alyosha to win it. Now I already took the Wii away. I don't know. You are scared of this jinxing, although you claim you're not superstitious. I mean,
Actually, yeah, I just don't know why I say these things. Somehow other players are so superstitious that I even do it for them. Don't jinx him. Don't jinx him. I know. Do you know a lot of players that like are superstitious like that though? Because I like in women's section, I heard a few stories, yeah, but just being very superstitious about
some
these things.
story that you could share, or they are
Let-
not shareable.
rather not. Just in case I don't want any unnecessary drama here. But I know some stories, yes.
Could leave the names away, but if you want to share
No,
something,
no, it would-
feel free to share.
I would no. Sorry, I would love to, but no. I can tell you in private.
Then okay, don't
Then
worry,
you can
I will
share
share in the afternoon.
Perfect.
Next round I will share. Once Laura told in private, it's good.
Yeah, in the evenings with Grandmasters. See, this is why you have to buy gold or silver package of the tournament, because then you can get all the gossips in the chess world, and I mean that counts for something, right? You can find out who's a
Definitely.
drama queen and who is not.
I was wondering if we had one game that's at least fitting with Friday the 13th, and probably it was the game we just saw, yeah?
Ugh, so
That at least would make the game, make it
Yes.
fitting. So one last look at what are the top boards we are expecting on this rook endgame, and yeah, there was a turnaround.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so that was
Here, as I said, rook should go to the first
Yes.
rank out of principle. I don't know what is the reason why it should happen, but out of principle you should go back.
first, yeah.
And now on d2, white is
Rook
anyway
H1.
forced to go back, and
And then is it rook h8?
Rook
first
E8.
check. Oh.
it's an important tempo. So just to see the difference, if instead of this rook h2 move, rook b1 would happen, d2, now f6 has a similar problem because there's rook e8, rook e1,
So you
something that could be easily missed, and therefore king e7 has to be
Oh,
played
wow.
to stop it. and prepare f6, f7. When, yeah, king c2 was a move, and now moving the rook somewhere is... Now the rook could go, for example, to h1, and yeah, queening is playing with the fire because now the f-pawn is fast and the b-pawn is there. So probably instead of queening, black should start giving some checks or trying to play rook h8 and look for a draw. But rook h2 happened.
Oh, you can see Blaž also.
Does he? Yeah, now he got
he
it.
sees it. Yeah, rook 8 is on the rook 8 is on the board, and you can see him moving his head like he knows that he messed up. But he played this endgame extremely well, to be honest. Given that there were so many weaknesses there and there, it's just unfortunate that.
Yeah, it's so tough in chess that
Now he.
That one mistake. I mean. One wrong decision.
Yeah, because like you not like even the king is not on.
And now
on
he
C2,
will.
So you
this f-pawn is in the way. Yeah. Because if he goes here, and now we start giving some checks in the hope that if the king goes here, then still in time to sacrifice.
Yes.
But the king will climb, and the king can also not go to the d file because then we could go around and at least give one check here at some point.
At least that. But now the king is even too close, so even the queening would be fine.
But even black doesn't have to allow it. Black can go king c5, cover that one, and there's no check. And there's nothing there to resign. Yeah? And that's brutal in chess. One mistake, you can do so many good things, and one mistake and the game is gone.
By the way, so after rook g1 and rook b1 d2, like f6, yeah, you said would also lose, yeah? There was no other rook b1,
at least it would be probably better, yeah? Because the pawn is still already on f6.
Like something like rook d1 would lose, probably. Like I would it wouldn't have enough tempo because I would take on d2, yeah?
You mean in where?
Instead of f6.
Instead... You want
rook
to play
d1 would not be
yeah?
enough as well. Yeah, just I'm not in time.
But again, you need to sacrifice here.
Yeah. I would prefer to, like you said, on d1. Yeah.
But yeah, you would need to find this rook e8 threat. Yeah. And it's a very unpleasant feeling because you have always the feeling that you just fell for the last trap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You never know how many traps would still be ahead of you if you continued, but you have the feeling. Just the last trap I fell for, and the game is gone. Yeah. And on the first board, Leon is still pushing and has some chances. Yeah.
See, and now there's some pawns on white squares, but the knight will be coming to. I don't know. Yeah, king is coming to e5 if we're not careful. Yeah. So knight e8. After king d4, we go king d6. And then I guess
also b5 is tempting, no?
b5, yeah. Immediately. Okay. Immediately, don't I take it and go back with the knight?
So you want knight d6, but here I thought at least now if I at some point manage to bring the king, you cannot come with king d6. But I don't know how we'll be able to do that. But
yeah. Bishop e2, knight e4. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, here it looks like good chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so... Are we going for the question of the day, or we go to the standings first?
Let's go to the standings first. After just seeing this resignation, you can see Blaž completely devastated, and Zanas talking with him. That's very nice as well. Even though once you lose like that, you don't want to hear from your opponent.
It depends. Yeah, if you have some time to
Yeah, so board number one.
Also, yeah, like he can still be happy to have played a great game. Yeah, like he played such a strong opponent, and he should see the positive about it. And in the end, he's just having half a point less than he could have, but he learned a lot, and he just also.
Yeah, but it's really that's so painful because he really played this game very well, and he showed a lot of strength. He showed that he's more than 1700 rated player, and then you're so close to doing something about the result, and at the end, just the result matters anyway.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh. That I mean, chess is a very result-oriented game. Yeah, it's there's less focus on the process, and there should be more.
Yeah,
there should be more on the process, and he definitely should see the. Yeah.
Wow.
The things, and it looks like he does. Yeah, he's there to
learn.
Yeah, to learn.
Or-
Actually, that was also, I heard this advice by very strong player recently.
Yeah.
Like I was asking, because I was curious also like how they learn chess and also in case for like young children. And I heard that the advice was that you should always ask your opponent after you lost, what was my mistake? So not just get from the, let's say, engine or whatever, but immediately you lose the game, you ask the opponent for advice and you try to learn immediately. And I think that's a very good attitude and a very good piece of advice to keep it, for everybody.
Actually, yeah, that's a good advice. Actually, somebody did ask me. There was in European Women Championship, some girl after losing asked me, and so what did I do wrong? And I was like, oh my God, what do I answer now? I have no idea what was your greatest mistake. There were a few.
You did so many things wrong. Where should I start?
Like, do you have 1 hour? No, it was not that bad. But
No,
it's
but
kind of hard to answer that question as an opponent, I think.
But usually you're not used that some strong players would ask you something like this. Yeah, you're usually from only much weaker. But still, I think
then
it's
you
a
can
good.
give them some
You can
answer,
get some advice. But I was also once asked. I was also shocked by the question.
Yeah.
Li Chao asked me. He
Really?
was 27-50 at that point. We drew the game, and we finished. And he just leans forward and asked and said, "What do you think did I do wrong?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What to tell you?"
Yes, like you're 27. What do
now
you mean?
27-50. He was number 9 in the
My
world, and he asked me like,
God.
"What do you think did I do wrong?" Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like flabbergasted. Didn't know what to tell him. Yeah, like.
He meant in the opening or?
Yeah, he was. I
Probably,
mean, he
yeah.
was suffering in the game. I was pushing,
Yeah,
and in the end,
okay.
it was a draw. He was white, so of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It made some sense, but still, I mean, he probably had some idea of what he did wrong.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
there was no need.
Just wanted your opinion, yeah? Like,
Yeah,
okay, well,
or
are
he
you
could-
really that strong as you were in this game? Like, can you
I don't
spot my
know.
mistake?
Yeah.
Because I did.
Give me some advice, please. Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap up
Let's see
the
the
round.
results. Yeah.
Finally, Leon Masi is still playing against Mate Todadishvili, and
So expectation there, hard to tell. Yeah.
very hard to tell. Somehow, like we both know, bishops are very unpleasant in this endgame, and one can take a draw, one can take a win. Yeah, what do you want to take?
Okay, I will. Since Mate was here in the studio, I go for a draw. If this is fine with you.
It's fine, yeah. I mean, like I said, like I know how unpleasant this is from first hand from this January, actually.
And you like to see him suffer in a good way?
No, but in a good way, it would mean that it would be drawn at the end.
Ah, okay.
This is so weird. Expressed myself very weirdly there. In board number 2, we just saw the result that Zanas Nanis just beat Bled Zupan in very, very tough endgame. Draw was kind of in search for white pieces, but yeah, Bled just blundered rook e8, rook e1 there, so tough game. But Adam Dorrance from Canada winning and coming back against Maxim Smirnov. So we do expect tough pairings because also BT Ozren as a favorite beat Marino Stefan youngster from Croatia. And I think I'm very excited for the next pairings because Ozren might play somewhere on board number 1.
Yeah, where are the standings? Here we have them.
Perfect. Yeah, so these are the standings with the current results. Leon still hasn't finished the
But
game.
I think that between the first 4, the only pairing, because Leon Masi, he still didn't finish his game, but it's clear those 4 people will be the first 4.
Yes.
Leon Masi will go to first place probably. The question is with 5.5 or with 5.
Yes.
But then still these first 4, they didn't face each other besides the game Masi against
Yeah,
Nanis.
so it
So we
depends on the
expect them, yeah?
colors. It depends on the colors. We maybe expect Leon versus Ozren and Adam versus Zanas, but it could also be because of the colors. There could be some differences. No matter
what, it will be some very exciting games.
very, very, very exciting games to look forward to. And then we have lots of players on 4 out of 6, so definitely people following and are ready to catch up with the leaders. And before we leave you today, we have one last thing. We do have question of the round. We did show you the QR code for the previous question, so you could have still answered it, but now it's too late. Because the question of round number 6 is, how old is the youngest participate in Bled Chess Festival 2026? So in this tournament that we are covering. We talked about it a bit, right?
We talked about it a couple of times, so you have a good chance to answer it. You can find it out as well. And yeah, we'll definitely also cover his game in the afternoon when we are back for the afternoon round. And
yes, exactly. We are very excited to see the pairings and the results. Very excited to follow still board number 1. However, we're going to take some rest and come back strong for round number 7 at 16:30 o'clock. See ya.
Lips for your lips, skin